Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? What's happening? Happy Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thursday. What a beautiful day it is in the stock market, in the world, guys. Another day, another breath. Just every day is a blessing. But again, happy Thursday. It is April 22nd, 2021, 9:09 a.m. Like always, we got about 20 minutes until the opening bell. A little bit of a heads up, please bear with me today, guys. I woke up this morning feeling like crap. Whatever my daughter had, I definitely have now. So if I'm muting myself a lot, not talking a lot, it's because I'm yakking, I'm coughing up all this mucus. My throat's killing me, but we're still here. Still gonna drop some value, definitely gonna have some fun and make some money. And so yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it and talk about what we have going on today. We actually have quite a few stocks to go over, so I don't want to waste any time. I want to dive into it and really spend the next 20 minutes talking about every single stock that we have, looking at levels, different types of setups, opportunities that we may have, so we can dive into the market, again, have some fun, and more importantly, guys, make some money and learn at the same time. So, good morning. We got 13 viewers. Give me a good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to have you here. Another live stream, baby. It's going to be a fun day. So, what is going? Oh, yeah, it's because it's not live. I want to make sure there's no delay real quick. All right, so there's no delay. We're good. Matt, that's dedication, hey. I almost thought about playing a song this morning that, dedication, but I don't know, it's a rap song that talks about dedication and motivation and this and that. I'm like, you know what, that's some dedication, right? I could have called off, but I'm here for you guys. So again, if you can deal with the raspy throat and me coughing and me not being as energetic and just as normal, you actually may like that. But if you guys can deal with me having an off day, we're still here. We're gonna have some fun, guys. So what do we got going on? Again, good morning, Matt, Corey, and Mike. I want to talk a little bit about AI to start. Okay, so AI was a stock that we've been watching over the past about a week or so, right? We were trading this last week. Nice little gap fill. This one actually came down for the third time. We're actually seeing this bounce right off 60. We actually had a nice bullish engulfing candle yesterday. I mean, look at how strong and how big that green candle is in comparison to the previous 2 days. That is a very nice, big, bullish engulfing candle. I mean, this one ate up Wednesday's candle and closed at Tuesday's open. So, I mean, we have a really strong candle. I would expect to see some continuation out of AI, all right? The volume wasn't substantial. So if we look at the volume on this day's candle yesterday, it wasn't substantial, but the candle itself, it had a really nice day yesterday. So what I want to do is I want to keep this on watch over yesterday's close. Yesterday's close was 66.51. I'm going to be able to, I want to trade this over 66.51 to the long side. So if we can stay over that 66.50, we have room to 68.77, room to 70, and then 71.57. So again, that's kind of what I'm looking at to the long side on AI. If we can get another day of continuation, another day of momentum out of this play, again, really looking to see what this looks like over yesterday's close, once again being 66.53. Now, for any reason we start getting some weakness and we're rejecting, and it's just a down day on AI, it's easy to short. We can definitely short this as well, maybe for like a 50% retrace. So, you know, if this stock doesn't want to break and hold over yesterday's close, maybe possibly see a nice little pullback on this play before it gets that next leg up, right? So we can see maybe a 50% retracement, down towards around $63 that we might be able to take this to the short side. So either way, we got a good long and a good short strategy behind it. Just really got to wait the first couple minutes and see how this stock looks and how it's acting and which direction it wants to go. So AI, we're definitely going to be keeping that one on watch. Good morning, John. Both Johns, John and John, good morning. We also have WBT. All right, WBT's been a mover yesterday. That was the #1 stock we were trading. Very, very rewarding play. I think yesterday alone, this was like a $700-800 stock. I was able to pull out about $700-800 out of all of the trades on WBT. It was very nice, very consistent. Then it started to get very shallow and very choppy throughout the rest of the day, and it really didn't move too much, right? It was pretty stagnant from around 12 until the close. Only moved about $1 or so. But we have some potential here today as well. So what is WBT doing? WBT closed at 22.58, right? Right here at this middle green line. 22.58 was the close. We actually pushed up to 23.75 in post-market. Right now, pulling back in pre-market to yesterday's close. So again, kind of like AI, if we can hold above yesterday's close, we do have potential back to 23.75, maybe even 24. And then really the sky's the limit, guys. This stock has so much great potential to really get going. I mean, those highs, 23.85 on the daily chart. Let's go back. We are going back as far as we can. Those were all-time highs, 23.85. So if we break over those post-market highs, those daily highs, we do have room again, 25, 26, 27. I mean, this stock could really get going. Right now it has a lot of great volume from yesterday, has a lot of great momentum. If we hold that momentum and we hold that volume and we still see traders participating on WBT, this thing could still rock and roll. We have yet to see our first red day, right? We have yet to see one red day. When we get the red day, we can maybe shift our thinking to more of the short side. But right now, it's all green. It's the sky's the limit, all momentum to the upside. I'm definitely watching WBT as one of my top 3 stocks, okay? One of the top 3. And I do like this above yesterday's close. Again, 22.59 over on WBT. Now, if we cannot hold that 22.59 and we start to see a red day off those all-time highs, again, we should probably look for a little bit of a retracement, right? Kind of like AI. If we start to see the pullback, where can it come down to? Well, a 50% retrace would put us somewhere around 21.50, all right? Not only is it a 50% retracement, we also had that pretty key level of resistance yesterday, that breakout point, right? That 21.50. So that's a level that we could see this come down to, again, if we cannot hold yesterday's close and actually make new all-time highs today over on WBT. So again, a really good looking setup, a great stock that has tons of potential. I'm definitely putting this on my top 3 stocks to watch for the day. Good morning, Fernando. What is going on? Happy to have you here. TYHT was another really good trade yesterday. I think I traded TYHT 2 times. The first trade was like $50, but then I actually nailed the short off the high. I actually saw some of that negative divergence. We actually had a double top. I was trying to nail the short off the high. I was actually in at like 730 and it dumped. I got super excited, super stoked. I mean, I was looking for 20 cents or so. Ended up getting like 50, 60 cents out of that play. And that's what I'm talking about. Every now and then the market will reward you with a home run play. Again, me coming into this, I was looking at a simple 2-to-1 setup. I was looking to make maybe $150, $200 on the play. The market worked in my favor and this stock dumped. So from me coming into it, I'll risk $100. I want to make $200, right? But I was able to squeeze out, what, like $400 or $500 out of that play. So it was exciting. It was fun. And this is what I'm talking about, is if you stay consistent with your plan, you stay consistent with everything, right? 2-to-1 setups, managing your risk, looking for those base hits. Yeah, 80, 90% of the time, you're getting locked in your base hits. You're going to lock in your base hits. But every now and then, the market will reward you with a home run trade. And I consider that being a home run trade because, again, that sucker dumped. I made an extra $300 to $400 on top of what I was anticipating to make based on my setup and, you know, my targets and my entries and my stops. So it was fun. So that was a good example of the market giving you that reward, right? We had a really nice big dump, was able to lock in some nice profit. So we still do have potential on TYHT. So yesterday we had some solid support right around 634. Where are we bouncing last night, this morning, right now again, right around that 634. So TYHT, looking for another day of continuation. Maybe some more momentum, more volume move into this stock over again on TYHT. This one has a lot of great potential over 750, okay? Over 750, we have some resistance up towards around some of these spiking highs. We talked about this yesterday. 764, Brett, smash the like button, clock in, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, DB? Yeah, Brett's like, it's like clocking in. When I get here, boom, smashing that like button. I appreciate the support, ladies and gentlemen. So really do appreciate the support. So again, yeah, we have those highs from yesterday at 750, but let's not get distracted by that high yesterday. We have 3 points in the past, spiking highs to where we came up to 764, got rejected. 764, got rejected, right? 3 separate times. So yeah, 750 is yesterday's high. That's going to be resistance, but we're not looking to buy the break over 750 because we have a lot of that resistance at 764. So I'm looking for a break over 764 or to get in towards the bottom and ride it up for a possible break up to $8, up to $8.50, and then up towards around $9. This one does have a lot of great potential. Again, if we see some volume, momentum move back into this play and get this going up over that 764. And again, we have some pretty nice support right now down towards around 634 on TYHT. So I wanted to go ahead and get a couple of these previous day movers out of the way, and then we'll go ahead and dive into what we have fresh for today. Last but not least, we have SKLZ. SKLZ was a monster mover yesterday. Monster mover yesterday from around a low of 1240, grinding all the way up right now towards around 1966. Woo, buddy. My goodness. Now, what got this play going yesterday? Do we have any news? So unusual options activity. Skills makes a bullish breakaway and options traders think there was more where that came from. So these were some reports yesterday. Last thing I saw was on the 12th of April as far as news. So I don't see any like news, but again, we could just be seeing a little bit of a bounce off some prior support resistance on the daily chart. Again, the stock's been fading. Nice little dead cat bounce. Again, I'm trying to find like a catalyst. I don't see a catalyst right now as far as news. And if we really look at like the daily chart, all we saw was a little bit of a dead cat bounce, right? You know, we had some prior support resistance right around that 1245, which got this going. But TD Ameritrade, I don't see anything in regards to, you know, fresh news that got this going. Just some unusual options activity, right? So with that being said, oh, it was on Kathy Wood's purchase list. Well, that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? You know, everybody's, you know, following Kathy Wood. So if that's on her purchase list, you're getting, you know, a little bit of that dead cat bounce as well off this massive decline. This one still has some great potential. We do have a lot of resistance at 20 bucks, okay? So we have a lot of resistance at 20. If we break over 20 and stay above 20, we're good to go to the upside, right? We have a lot of room to $22, $22.81 on SKLZ. Now, if we get rejected off 20, maybe looking for a short back down towards this resistance level at 1865. So right now, I want to see either A, break and hold over 20, take it long up into the 2280s, or B, get a nice solid rejection off $20, take it short down into 1865 level, look to go long if this one still has a lot of potential to U-shape, possibly get that break over 20 today. So again, we're going to sit back and wait to see what SKLZ does at the open. We can take it short, we can take it long, but again, we're right at this key level of resistance, so we have to be smart. One other thing we need to think of as well. Yesterday, we closed at 1676, okay? We are gapping up $3. What do you think traders are going to do? Swing traders. They're going to take some profits, right? And we're right at $20. So that's an even more reason to take some profits, okay? So I'm leaning more like 60, 70%. My gut feeling is saying, hey, you know, we'll probably open very close to $20. We'll probably see some profit taking back down into that level of support and then see some more buyers move on in as a lot of people are going to day trade this, or a lot of people are still thinking, hey, we can go past $20. We do have room to $22.80 on SKLZ. So this one, again, top 3 of my stocks that I'm watching. All right. So again, we got SKLZ, high watch. I mean, guys, we got a lot of stocks that have a lot of decent potential today, don't we? So again, SKLZ, that's our levels. That's kind of what we're going to wait and see what happens on SKLZ. And again, see if there's any potential there. All right. And I think there's a lot of potential there. Good morning, Tyler. Good morning, DBDB. Fernando and John, good morning. Then we have some fresh news today. We have Teradata, all right, TDC. This stock closing right around $40 yesterday, hitting highs of 58. My goodness. We are starting to see the stock fade on back down. So I'm thinking more short. This is a huge gap up from around $40. Right now, gapping up still $10. We've seen a lot of profit taking, right? Of course, people that are swing trading this, that are in TDC, the stock is up 28 bucks. Who's not taking profit? I'm taking profit. So again, we saw a lot of profit taking, And I'm sure we may still see some more profit taking over on TDC at the open. So again, it is easy to short. Right now, the only levels that I'm really paying attention to are going to be this $50.61 mark. All right, so prior resistance, a little bit of support. If we're down below and we cannot get back above that 50.61, looking to possibly take this short down into the 48s. And if we keep on dropping, we have a lot of room down to 44 and then 42. However, if we break above and hold that 50.61 level and we look like we have some potential to the upside, we do have some nice targets around 53. We have some targets around 54.5, and we could possibly even see this back up towards around $58, which is those post-market highs. So TDC has a lot of great potential, either to the long side or the short side. I'm pretty sure TDC is optionable as well. Keep in mind, guys, these options right out of the gate, very, very crazy. This is a huge gap up, all right? The stock, again, from 40 to 58, still gapping up a little over 10 points. These options are going to be a little wild, a little all over the place. If you're an options trader, wait 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, let them settle down a little bit, let those spreads tighten back up, check the implied volatility, make sure it's not, the IV's not extremely high, which is artificially inflating, the value or the premium of these options to where if the stock sits sideways, it doesn't go up or down, you're losing money like an IV crush, right? You just need to do your due diligence and make sure that you're getting in on the right option. You're not getting in on something that, again, has like a high IV, the stock not do anything today, and you just get crushed, right? Because you're buying a really high artificial premium on these option contracts, okay? So TDC, let them settle, let them come back down to reality. Let's see if they're tradable today on TDC. We do have a lot of potential here. Moving on. Good morning, JR. Moving on, we have GRNQ, okay? GRNQ, Green Pro, acquires $16 million. Ooh, a lot of money. In non-fungible tokens depicting the 1957 Sputnik satellite launch. So Green Pro acquires $16 million in NFTs. So good press release. They're acquiring a large sum of money, right? That's something to look for in a hot press release. We all know that. Large sum of money, all right? And we know NFT is pretty hot right now. Any company that has anything to do with NFTs, Bitcoin, blockchain, those are pretty hyped up right now. So we do have GRNQ, had a nice little pop from around 195, hitting these pre-market highs of 238. If we look at GRNQ's float, it's not bad, right? It's not 100, 200, 300 million in float. GRNQ is 19 million in float. We have a decent press release, and now we just need to see GRNQ. To me, it looks like we're actually trading some decent volume on GRNQ. The average daily volume is 3.7. All right, so far we're trading 2.4. So again, we've been seeing this a lot lately, haven't we? We've been seeing this a lot of great press releases, right? But we just lacked a lot of the volume, right? We have a lot of lack of volume and a lot of traders just scattered. We haven't really seen a lot of these day traders, retail traders land on one stock, and that's the hot stock of the day, ripping 2, 3, 4, 500%. Our top gainer, I think, has been around 50 to 60% over the last couple weeks or less, which is pretty abnormal for penny stocks, right? We're used to seeing 2, 3, 4, 500% movers, and that season is right around the corner. Okay, so again, we have GRNQ, we have news. We have a 20 million in float stock. It's trading light volume in comparison to its average daily volume, but we do have potential. I want to see if this stock can hold above 213, as it does have room all the way to 273. So we have some possible potential here on GRNQ if buyers decide to shift over to this play, and this is the one that gets the momentum and the hype. But I still think a lot of traders are looking at like SKLZ, TYHT, AI, WBT. I think a lot of traders are still looking at these prior day movers. And we can kind of see that based on some of the price action and the movement in pre-market in comparison to like GRNQ. All right, moving on, we have about a minute 48 to go. We also have RNLX. RNLX AI stock jumps after 10-year U.S. government contract for kidney disease testing service. So we have a 10-year U.S. government contract. They received $10 million milestone payment from the U.S. government. So again, large sum of money, and they have a government contract. That's pretty hot. That is pretty nice. So, excuse me, guys. We do have a lot of potential. Right now, we're not seeing it move a lot, but I want to see what this looks like at the open, right? We do have these all-time highs right here at $32.12. Where was our spiking high in pre-market? $32. So, if we do not break and hold above $32.12, we have room to fall all the way back down first into the $28 area. So we can look to take this short. But if this stock really gets some hype and it breaks and holds over those highs, we have a lot of room. The sky's the limit, $35, $40. We have some really good news over on RNLX. And it's a low-ish float stock, right? It's $32 million in float. Again, we just don't have the volume right now. But we have some decent news. A $10 million milestone payment that they received, a large sum of money, and a 10-year U.S. government contract. That's a pretty hot press release. So I want to see what RNLX looks like today, especially if we can break and hold over those all-time highs of $32.12. If we can't, we have room to fall down into the $28 level. So again, 18 minutes to go. A couple more that we're looking at, guys. We have XM with a nice gap up from around $33.82 to $39. Looking to see if this stock can actually get over those pre-market highs, and we do have room to 41.24 next, right? If we look at the daily chart, we have a couple bounce levels, right? So if we look at that daily chart, we have a couple bounce levels there, right around 41.24, and that's a level that I'm looking to possibly short this if it pops up really, really quick over on XM. So again, if XM for any reason gets a quick big pop up into that level, that 41.24, I will look to short this back on down, just for a quick pop and then a little quick dump. So again, 41.24 on XM. Good morning, Gary, JR, John. Once again, good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the live stream. If you guys are tuning in a little bit late, again, my kid's been sick. I'm now sick. Fantastic. So bear with me today, guys. If I'm coughing, sniffling, not as energetic, you guys know why. My body feels really, really crappy right now. Just so you guys know. But I'm here. We're going to have some fun. We drop some of them value bombs like we do every single day. So right now, let's go ahead and get our scanners up. And again, I'm looking to see if XM gets a quick pop up into that level, and then we see a lot of people take some profits right off that daily resistance level at 41.24. I wanted to see right out of the gate, like boom, boom, and then we get that big healthy pullback. Right now, it's just kind of hitting 40, 50, and it's starting to see some resistance off that 40-ish mark. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning. UXIN was one that we were going to be watching as well. This one had some news. They entered into a partnership with JD.com. So, I mean, a partnership press release, but right now that one's not doing too much. RNLX, again, looking around the 32 level. GRNQ, and not looking all that sweet, but we're still going to keep it on watch. This one had some good news on it. Teradata. Hey! My goodness. This is why it pays to be here, right? If we're going through our pre-market watch list, and you guys, you know, we're going through our commentary and our technicals, and you're like, you know what? Out of the 10 stocks, I like TDC. I like these levels. That's where I'm focused. Guys, you got to be on top of that, right? Because we said above that 50.61, we wanted to see it hold above, and we already had a nice $2 pop off that level. So, again, it's hard for me to take all 10 trades that I see, but that's why we do what we do, at least give you guys some great opportunity as well. There we go. Nice, big, dumpy, right on SKLZ. Let's see if we get a bounce down towards around that 1865 on SKLZ. This one's getting hammered hard. The harder the drop, the bigger the bounce. So let's see if we can get that bounce going here on SKLZ. I'm thinking down towards around 1865, but we also have that 200-day moving average at 1822 we can definitely bounce off of as well. So right now, no entries. I'm still just scanning around. I'm seeing if we should be taking anything off the watch list. But again, we had a pretty big watch list. So I'm scanning around, just trying to see where the opportunity's at, right? I know my levels. I know where I want to get involved if something does happen on one of these plays. So right now, we may have something coming on up on RNLX. Again, for a nice little rejection off those all-time highs of 32.12 for a possible short. GRNQ is trying to hold that 213 support level that we were talking about. Right now, nothing crazy. TDC, a little messy. I think we have another short coming on up over on SKLZ. Little two-legged pullback here. There we go. I went ahead and grabbed a quick little short off this possible two-legged pullback. We want to see it follow through. My stops are over 1950. I'm looking for the next big leg down. We need to see a lot of selling come on in. We want to see that aggressive dump like we saw the first time. Nice big sell-off. Right? We want to see it really start cracking on down here below 1920. Here we go. 19, 18, 19. And I'm locking it up. Woo! Man, being sick and I've still got it. DBDB, yes. P&L is always in the same spot. Lower right-hand corner. All right? Just took a short over on SK LZ. There it is. We'll actually talk about this strategy later on. I'll kind of walk you guys through this. That is a nice little, I call it a two-legged pullback, right? So we'll kind of talk about that a little bit later and what I saw and why I wanted to jump into that short. So quick little 168 bucks. What a great way to start the day. Nice little short on SKLZ. What else do we got going on? Got a lot of opportunity today, guys. Nice opportunity. WBT. Still going to keep that one on a back burner. AI. Again, I like this one over yesterday's close. Let's take this fib out of here because it's just messing me up. So if we get a break over yesterday's close, 66.50, watch for a lot of great volume to move into AI. AI, ladies and gentlemen, has a lot of great potential. UXIN, I'm not looking at that one. That one looks terrible. XM, nothing right now. RNLX, nothing. GRNQ getting smashed. Teradata, TDC, all over the place. Man, if I would have just held that a little bit longer. If I would have held SKLZ just a smidge longer, that would have been a freaking awesome short. That would have been great. All right, so we may have a bounce coming on up on SKLZ. So again, we have some of that resistance here from pre-market 1865, but we have the 200-day moving average at 1822. I want to see if we come down and bounce off 1822 instead. I mean, even though this is a pretty solid level, I like the 200-day better. So if I miss this bounce, I miss the bounce. But I want to see it down towards around, again, 1822. Possibly get a nice little bounce play on SKLZ. But again, 1865 is not bad. If you can risk $1 on this play, go for it. But I can't put myself in a position to risk, $1 plus. I will check out OCGN. I saw a couple posts about OCGN. The only thing yesterday, nice little hammer doji above that 13-day. So right now, in my opinion, as long as we can continue to grind above 676, you're good to the upside, all right? As long as we hold above 675, you do have room back up to 710, and maybe even those post-market highs of 735. Good morning, Cameron. What is going on? So again, that's my quick analysis on OCGN. Ideally, we want to see this hold above 675. You have room to 7 and then up towards around the 740-ish mark, which was those post-market highs over on OCGN. TDC is very choppy right now. Yeah, and right now, nothing else that I'm really seeing, guys. So I do want to just kind of keep SKLZ on watch. This one seems like it has the most volume. It's moving the most. I did see BNGO. I will check out BNGO really quick just to see. I remember Bingo. I remember you, BNGO. Remember, this one could never break over $1, and when it did, this thing just went absolutely bananas. So nice gap up. BNGO announces publication of new approach to study DNA replication using optical G modes. So keyword cancer, and they announced a publication of a new approach in regards to cancer drugs. So you'd have BNGO trying to get some nice action towards it. What I would like to see is, again, we're gapping up and we're really trying to hold that 13-day moving average. Does that line up with any past chart? No, it doesn't really. So if we cannot hold BNGO above 651, look for this to hold above 6. If we can hold above 650 and we can, continue to grind to the upside, we do have room to 718. But right now, it already had its pop. Right now, we're gaining a lot of momentum to the downside. So let's see if 650 holds on BNGO. MVIS, I like it, but the big thing is we have that a lot of resistance at 1531. So you still have some time. Until you need to start locking in some profits around that 1531. Right now, you're going to have some light support at 1440. All right, so light support at 1440. You're going to have some resistance at 1531 over on MVIS. MVIS, no fresh news, just nice momentum from yesterday, right? So again, some nice momentum. Gapping up, nice slow steady movement here in pre-market, trying to get a nice little pop up towards that 13-day moving average. All right, here we go. Again, 1845 SKLZ. Let's grab a little bounce here, see if we get a bounce off that 200-day moving average. Get that out of the way. 1822. How do we look on the 5? Do we have anything on the 5? So far, I mean, not bad, right? We got nice decreasing volume pullback on the 5-minute. We are approaching a very key level of support, 1822, 200-day moving average. I would be very prone to taking this trade if we get a nice little reversal that forms on the 5-minute. So a 5-minute reversal strategy off the 200-day moving average, if we can get both of those to set up, SKLZ has a lot of potential. So let's keep this one on high watch over the next, 5 minutes. So I'm going to actually add SKLZ off to the side because I do not want to miss this one if we actually get that nice little setup. TDC, guys, very, very choppy, very, very all over the place, right? Just can't really figure out what it wants to do. So a lot of stocks really aren't doing too much. Still, the number one is SKLZ. TYHT. Keep this one on high watch for tomorrow. Keep this one on high watch for tomorrow. If this one holds above 576 today, and we have a nice little mid-candle setup, we could see a nice little mid-candle breakout for a nice Friday move over on TYHT. So again, keep this one on your watch list for tomorrow. This one still has some great potential. Do we have anything else with AI? No. Anything with WBT right now? No. So really, it's just kind of sitting back, being patient over on SKLZ. You know, that's where my main focus is right now is, again, SKLZ, guys. I don't see anything on GRNQ. I don't see anything on RNLX. Don't really see anything right now on XM or TDC, right? Just kind of choppy. But I do want to focus on some of the tickers that you guys were looking at. Here's MVIS with a healthy pullback. I wish I can get an order out there, but there's your pullback to the 1440s. Nice decreasing volume. So if you guys were listening, hey, you got support at 1440, and you guys have been watching and paying attention the last couple of weeks, you would have seen this beautiful little setup here for a 9 EMA pullback into the previous high, right? Nice push, increased volume, pulling back, decreased volume into the 9 EMA, into that previous high. You could either look to take this as a big time play, or you can just scalp it, right? You could have scalped it for about 10 to 15 cents, depending on what your style and your strategy is. But MVIS, nice little pullback here. SKLZ still getting hammered. VIS. Right now you got the VWAP 1426. See if we get that pop here on MVIS. See if we get that nice big pop here on MVIS. I took the long, looking to see if this candle gets a nice pop. Looking to see if we can get a nice big push here. Right up over 1460. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. 1465. Boom, I'm out. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. MVIS in at 1447, out at 1467. Quick little scalp. Locking in 251.38. 2 for 2 on the day. I got to be sick more often. I got to be sick more often. Because I do good when I'm sick. Up $413.13. Not a bad trade there on MVIS, guys. Not a bad trade. Nice little pop over 1460. Nice little scalp. Still watching SKLZ. Still watching SKLZ for a possible reversal here. Have yet to see anything that indicates a reversal, so we still need to sit back and be patient on this one. Knockout. You just slick with it. Oh, sick. You just sick. I like it. That's punny. You just sick with it. Literally. You sick with it. I love it. My goodness. My body's getting destroyed today. That energetic yell really got me. I mean, that probably depleted 80% of my energy just going woo because I was excited. I literally just lost all my energy, guys. All right, what else do we got going on? I want to take a look at some other plays maybe you guys have on watch. Is there anything you guys are looking at that we have yet to talk about? And again, MVIS, if you're new to the stream, I like to back everything with education on why I take trades. Again, when we have a setup that I can talk about before it happens, I always do that. But every now and then when I see something, I jump in and then I explain it afterwards. But again, I'm always going to, provide that education behind it. So MVIS was just your typical healthy pullback for the reversal, right? Again, when we're looking for a healthy pullback, we want to see a healthy move to the upside. So what did we see here on MVIS, right? We saw a nice red to green move to start, right? So we can start by really analyzing everything over on MVIS. So right here we have the open. Traders respect the open as resistance. So when we open and we pull back and we're red, and then we transition green like that, that is called a red to green move. We open red, U-shape break over the open. That is called a red to green move, right? Again, we want to see the volume. So we had decreasing volume along the pullback. When we started to round to the upside, we started to see volume move in. So again, criteria number one, we see a red to green move. Decreasing volume, increased volume along the push. We missed the red to green move. Now we got to say, okay, what could we look for on MVIS? Well, maybe we can look for a healthy pullback. All right, where could it pull back to? Well, number one thing I see is that pre-market high at 1413 or at 1433. I'm like, okay, you know, we're above pre-market highs. Stocks tend to pull back to pre-market highs before getting the next leg up. What's another thing that we have? Well, we have the 9 EMA and we have the VWAP right there as well. So not only am I looking at, okay, 1433 is a great area for a possible bounce or reversal. What do we want to see as the stock comes back down? Right, off these highs. What do we want to see as the stock pulls back? Decreasing volume, which we did. So again, red to green move criteria was met. Decreasing volume, increasing volume. Nice big red to green move, right? Waiting for the pullback into those pre-market highs with the 9 EMA and the VWAP as extra support, trying to establish those 3 to 4 separate reasons. That's a good level to buy off of. Now we add volume being some great criteria on that setup as well. And then we got our bounce, right? And we saw our nice little bounce. So that was kind of my thinking process behind MVIS. Push, healthy pullback into those levels, nice little pop. Again, I know the market we're in is not super healthy. So if the market was hot and we were seeing 100, 200, 300% movers, I would have held this a lot longer. But I know the market pops and dumps, pops and dumps. Nothing really holds its gains. So am I going to sit here and not lock in $200 when I have it? Or am I going to hold it and hope that it goes back up to 15? Right? The first couple of weeks of the month, I was being greedy. Looking for those big moves, I was getting stopped out. Being greedy, right? Looking for those big moves, getting stopped out. And I was losing money, right? So I changed my approach. I just need to get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out. The market's not hot for me to sit here and hold. So I'm just scalping. This is a market where you got to just scalp a little bit. Good morning, Jeff. What is going on? So we talked about XM. We do have a lot of resistance at 41.24, and I was possibly looking to short this at the very beginning of the day if we got a quick pop. I was looking for this candle here to be into that 41.24 and then ride the short. Right now, we're still sitting back waiting over on XM. We got to just clear some of these levels of resistance. We were talking about TDC as well. I want to wait for TDC to become less choppy, right? This thing's just been chopping around from around $52 and $50 over the last 20 minutes, just kind of sitting here banging these levels. I'm not a huge fan of the choppiness, so I want to wait for TDC to actually clean itself up a little bit and see if we have some better opportunity. GRNQ's not doing a whole lot. RNLX, XM, again, just kind of sitting back waiting. We're only 21 minutes into the market, guys, so if you're not in on anything, it's okay. It's still early, right? It's only 9:51. So right now, SKLZ having a really hard time around that 200-day moving average. Where's the next place we could see this bounce? Off yesterday's highs, okay? So if we look at yesterday's high, it's right around 1681. Where's a lot of post-market support? 1681. If this stock continues to fall aggressively down into that 1681 over on SKLZ, we could see a really nice bounce coming on up. All right, so let's keep this one on high watch. This one still has a lot of great potential. We're still decreasing volume on the 5-minute. All right, so right now we still are just fading, but less and less and less sellers. So right now, does it have to come all the way down to that 1681? No. Where's another level that we may see this hold? Well, I'm looking at maybe this 1779, right? Maybe around the 1779 level. What do we want to see on a reversal? All right, if you guys are kind of sitting back, we're waiting on the reversal. What do we want to see on that 5-minute reversal? Two things, right? We want to see decreasing volume. Number one, during the sell-off, decreasing volume. We're seeing that. RSI is low, which is good, right? We're starting to become oversold. So that's good. That's an added plus. We want to see a doji form, right? We would ideally like to see a nice little doji form down here at support. That's going to indicate that, okay, we're finally stalled out, right? It was neutral. We decreased volume, decreasing volume, depleted all the sellers. We see maybe some buyers try and move in, and we form a nice little doji. That's a good sign that we could get a reversal over on SKLZ. Again, if we can get a doji on the 5-minute, We still hold this decreasing volume, and now we have RSI as an added plus. All right, so right now, again, just kind of waiting to see if we get a little bit of a 5-minute doji to form. Kind of just sitting back and relaxing. All right, so I'm still sitting back patiently over on SKLZ. I think we have some good opportunity coming on up over on SKLZ. So I don't want to get all crazy all over the place. I want to see if we get a proper setup so we can all learn, we can all trade, we can all make some money. And we do have a possible good setup coming on up here, and I do not want to miss this. So again, we have about 40 seconds until this 5-minute candle closes. Have yet to really see any kind of doji. But again, that could form here momentarily. All right, we're just sitting back and waiting. Man, someone out there is, August 65 strike call sweep on SKLZ. Yeah, I see an option alert May 21st as well. So we're looking at, oh, that was yesterday? No, next month, May 21st, $25 call sweep. Earnings are going to be May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Still have yet to get a doji here, but I think SKLZ has a lot of great potential. It was normal to see profit taking. I mean, we said that right out of the gate this morning during our pre-market commentary session is, guys, the stock is gapping up $3 in post-market. What do you think people are going to do near $20 resistance? Take profit, right? But then we still have a lot of traders that think, hey, SKLZ can be a big-time mover. So what are they going to do? They're going to wait for the stock to actually find a bottom and look to buy the dip, look to buy the bottom, okay? So again, we're just kind of waiting for that proper signal, some really validation, you know, some criteria to be met to go ahead and get in on this, because this one does have potential to get over 20 today. I mean, I can't tell you how much potential this one has, and this is where a lot of traders are at. But again, this is healthy. This is normal. This is healthy, normal profit taking on a stock that was gapping up $3. So right now, I'm going to personally wait for this 5-minute candle to close on out and see what it looks like. RNLQ still falling. GRNQ, TDC. All right, here's AI. Here's AI near that level that we wanted to keep on watch, and it's trying, baby. AI. If we can break and hold that 66.57, we got room up towards around 68.77 first. We could possibly see this up towards around 71.5 over on AI. So AI is getting some nice action to it. But I think we're going to focus right now, guys, on SKLZ. This one has some great potential. Let's look at those options. Are those options pretty wild? You're looking to day trade, right? Looking for a day trade. You would want to go into the closest to expiration. The theta is not going to have that much of an impact, and I like to be around 30 deltas. So right now you can buy a 19.5 strike on SKLZ, right? Let's say if we nail the reversal, you could spend $50, right? And if this goes up $1, so if this goes from 18 to 19 bucks, you would make about 80% return on your money, right? Per contract. You buy it for 55 bucks, you could possibly get about $30 to $40 out of that if we get this nice big reversal here on SKLZ. So the options do look like they've settled down. The spreads are nice and tight. I personally like going around the 30 deltas. Just because if the stock comes down 50 cents, I will lose about half the delta, which in this case would be about 15 bucks, and that's manageable for me, right? If I buy this for 55, I would probably sell it for around $40, and I could risk about 50 cents, which right now 50 cents is a decent little breathing room for SKLZ. So SKLZ, we still have yet to really get any kind of doji, right? That's a big part of the criteria for these reversals. If we, again, decreasing volume, we have to see a doji form. And how come I haven't taken this trade off 1780 support, right? I haven't seen a doji, right? I got to see that doji form. I mean, that's a big piece of this criteria. So right now, still fading, still coming on down. Right now, next level of support, possibly right around 1734. If 1734 can't hold, we're definitely looking around 1681. All right, so still sitting back and waiting. Kind of go look at a 1 minute chart. Look at a 15 just to see if we got anything on a 15. 15 still looking good. Decreasing volume on the 15. Maybe start to see a little bit of a doji starting to form here. So again, we may start to see that trade coming on up over on SKLZ. We can see we have some people coming in and trying to buy this bottom up. So it'd be great if we closed just like this with a hammer doji at the bottom. That would be a great indication. We can take this for a reversal. Where's our first target going to be? Well, we do have that 200-day moving average right around 1821. So in reality, we need to look to take some profits right around the 1820 mark. That would be the smartest thing to do, right? Also puts us right around the 9 EMA. So again, that's a great place to go ahead and take profit, bring stops close to break even, and look to see if we get that big time reversal back up over 20 bucks. All right. So right now, still sitting back and relaxing. All right, we're seeing a little bit of a bounce here off the lows. We come back down on the 1 minute chart, double bottom, and that lets us close with a 5 minute doji. Woo, we're looking good. We will be looking gravy, baby. So right now we are looking at this on a beautiful 5 minute chart, waiting to see if we get that confirmation. Still have about 2.5 minutes to go. Ooh, SKLZ is getting a nice bounce off the bottom. Big old bouncy bounce. Let's see if we can see it come back down a little bit. I would like to see it come back down over the next 2 minutes. You know, traders coming in, buying the bounce, take a little bit of profit, but then we see that nice little 5-minute doji for him. TYHT, what's going on here? Nothing. WBT, anything. Still working its way down into that nice level of resistance from yesterday, 2150. So we'll see what we look like down towards around that level. And then AI. AI. You good to go, aren't you? You going 68.77 AI. So AI slowly grinding to the upside. What's Coin doing? Oh, Coin. He ain't doing much. All right. Still waiting. 20 more seconds on this candle. Looking at it on the 1 minute as well. So again, decreasing volume. We see some more buying volume moving on in. I think we see a little bit more of a pullback, in my opinion. I think we see a little bit more of a pullback before we really get that leg up. I mean, I could be wrong. But again, we do have that resistance at the 200-day moving average at 1820. So I expect to see a little bit of profit taking there before we actually get back above. I would like to see a little bit more of a pullback first here. I mean, it did just bounce about 60 cents. Maybe see a little bit more profit taking, or maybe it pops up quickly to 1820. Then we get a little bit of that pullback. Any questions, comments, concerns, guys? Right now, I'm just kind of focused here on, again, SKLZ. We'll do a quick little scans through some other stocks that we were looking at. MVIS. MVIS not doing anything now. Then we have a couple other ones. BNGO. BNGO not doing too much. A little bit of an inverse head and shoulders trying to form itself out on SKLZ, right? A little bit of this inverse head and shoulders pattern, neckline right there at 18 bucks. But again, you got some resistance at 1820. So not saying like, hey, it can't blast past 1820. Just saying that that's an area that you may want to look to take a little bit of profit, but you do have this nice little inverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish pattern. Look for some nice volume to move in for a quick little pop. This could definitely be that reversal area. Looking pretty good. So fibs are retracements, right? So if you were looking at a Fibonacci, let's use MVIS as an example real quick. So you got two types of fibs, right? You got Fibonacci retracements and Fibonacci extensions. So the way I was taught to use fibs from Brian, the ex hedge fund guy, Fibonacci retracements, or you're looking for a retracement back down. So right, you have a move to the upside. So you would draw your Fibonacci retracement from the low to the high of that move. right? And that's going to give you an idea of where the stock could pull back to, right? Retrace to before moving higher, okay? Fibonacci's, by the way, I want to clarify. Fibonacci's, 95% of the time, we only use them in trending markets. Markets that are trending higher with higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. When the market's sideways and the market's range bound, fibs really don't work all that well. So again, want to clarify. Fibonacci's are used in trending markets, not ranging markets. All right, Fibonacci retracements. You draw off the low point of the move to the high point of the move, and that's where you're looking for the retracement of where the stock could pull back before moving higher. Now, the way I use the next Fibonacci is for when stocks are selling off, like SKLZ. So I would use a Fibonacci extension, all right? So I would come here, grab a Fibonacci extension, and I would find the high point to the low point. So right here, I would start with probably around 1982. I would come down to this low point, and I would drag it back up to this high point, okay? This is going to give me an idea of where the stock could retrace to, right? As far as a reversal, the stock selling off, or the stock could go back up to. So again, that's how I use Fibonacci's when stocks are selling off. And we can even see that, you know, it's kind of being respected a little bit, isn't it? We see here that it actually came up to that 78.6 Fibonacci extension, tagged it. So, I mean, this is respected. So what's the next target? 1835. Next target, 50% fib, 50% retracement off that leg down would put you right around 1863. So again, just to clarify, when the stock is selling off like this, I was taught to use a Fibonacci extension, and you're going to take it off the high point to the low point and draw it back to the high point. And I've been doing this for 5 years, and it seems to work really, really well. Some people will actually take a Fibonacci retracement, and they'll kind of do the same thing, like a retracement like this, right? A lot of people will do this, but I wasn't taught to do it that way. I mean, it gives you kind of the same levels, but again, I was taught to use the extension. Again, boom, 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 just like that. And it's tend to work a lot better for me, so that's how I do it. All right, SKLZ. Still working its way on down to the ground. Yep, retracements and extensions. So again, write this down in your little notebook. If you guys have notebooks where you take notes, Fibonacci's, right? Whether they're Fibonacci retracements or Fibonacci extensions, we're going to use those in trending markets. 95% of the time, fibs are only going to work in a trending market. If the stock is range bound, right? Up and down, up and down, up and down, just sideways, not trending higher or trending lower, but sideways, range bound, fibs really don't work. All right, so you want to really apply fibs and utilize fibs in a trending market. All right, the stock breaks to the upside. You want to see where it can pull back. Use the Fibonacci retracement. Stock is dumping, right? You want to see where it could actually come back up to before continuing that dump, continuing that leg down. Use a Fibonacci extension. John, value bomb. I'm not going to keep talking because it's buffering on my end. I want to make sure that it's actually coming through live. Oh, she's a spinning. We good? You guys hear me? It's spinning on my end, but it looks like it's still live. Okay, we're good. It's just spinning here, so I didn't know if it was actually spinning on your end. So at any point in time you have any issues, just do a refresh. CVM from Cameron, CVM. What you're really looking for is a solid break over 25 to get up towards around that 27.70, right? If you look at the daily chart, you got some resistance right around 24.5 to 25 bucks, right at the high of day. Getting a nice little U shape. If we can see some volume move in and really start getting this going, you could see that nice break in that run up towards around 27.5. But again, one thing that concerns me is we're just not seeing a lot of breakouts hold their gains, right? Stocks look like they have potential to break out, and they're fake out breakouts and they come back down, right? So that's the only thing that concerns me a little bit. May need to lower your streaming bit rate. Right now, my bit rate is 5,000 kilobytes a second. So if that's too high, I can definitely lower it. I don't understand the bit rate and stuff. But yeah, right now the bit rate is 5K. It's still coming in good on my end, but here it's just spinning a little bit. But as long as you guys hear me, we're good. All right, so that's kind of what you can look for on CVM. Cameron, if you were wanting to get involved with that. Wanted to see some volume move in up through the high a day. Again, over 25, you have room to 27.72. 500, woo! 500 on the bit rate? Okay. I don't know anything about bit rate. I've watched a lot of videos and tutorials on the streaming stuff for OBS, and they all say use 5,000. I'll try it tomorrow for sure. I'll drop it in half. I'll take it to 2,500. And I don't know what the bit rate is, so. Right now, the only thing that I see that we may have is a reversal on TDC. Why? Stocks pushing up, increased volume, pulling back, decreased volume into the VWAP. All right, I'm guarantee you can put a fib on this as well if you really wanted to, off that low point to that high point. All right, and you can see that we're 50% retracement too. Right, if we close above 51.88, that could be a possible reversal on TDC. So keep TDC on high watch for a possible reversal here. 51.40 is a good level for the reversal. Oh, lowering at 500, not too. Okay, lower it to 45. Yeah, I'll definitely try that out. I will definitely try that out. You guys have any issues, just let me know. It's still spinning away on my side, but oh, I'm also using a 5700 is my bit rate. 57. Yeah, I'll definitely lower it. So TDC, possible reversal coming on up. TDC, TDC, TDC. This, you know, what would I risk on this play? I would risk 50 cents. Jeez. I don't want to 200 bucks, 50 cents, 400 shares. You know, TDC, I mean, we could probably grab about $2 out of the play. So TDC, I'd probably have to start with around 100 shares and kind of scale in. I want to see what we look like on this 5-minute candle. I do want to take a starter, though. I think TDC has a lot of potential here for that reversal. See if we can get a quick little build down. I can't. Now, I wanted to get it at 51.70, but we're starting to see that pop. If you guys were able to pull the trigger, awesome work. By the time I would have pulled the trigger, it would have been too close to 52. I was really trying to get in around that 51.60. So again, if you guys were able to get in on that reversal, good work. Good work. We want to see it go ahead and break up over 22.50 now. SKLZ is just still getting schmammered right now. Schmammer. It's still trying to level out, though. Right now, what we're trying to see is this leveling out around those post-market highs. It still looks okay on a 15-minute chart, right? We can go ahead and throw it into a higher time frame. We still see the decreasing volume. If we get a reversal on the 15 with the doji, that's even more powerful, right? Because it's happening on a higher time frame. So right now, SKLZ, definitely still something that we're going to be keeping on watch. I'm actually watching this once again over on the 15-minute chart. Looking to see where this is going to bottom. I think we do have some great potential. Again, yesterday's close, ladies and gentlemen, right around 1681, if I'm not mistaken. 1684, right? So this one could level out off 1720, would make sense. Yesterday's post-market highs, or if we can't hold this level, we could definitely see it down towards around 1680, and that's where we could see the possible reversal on SKLZ. So I'm still sitting back waiting on this one. I do like it. I think it has a lot of great potential. You just got to really be patient right now, guys. The game of patience. Waiting for the proper setup. $15-minute RSI on WBT is very, very low. WBT, I mean, you're at a good reversal point, ladies and gentlemen, on WBT. If you're looking for a quick pop back up to maybe like 22, that 2150 was a good level that we were talking about, 2149, 2150. For the bounce, you may be able to get back up into the 2190s over there on WBT, but I'm still focused on SKLZ, guys. That's kind of where my focus is right now. I think this one does have some good potential for a reversal. And I may actually try and nail the entry off 1680. You know, if we can get a 1680 dump, and then we pop back up and form somewhat of a doji, that would be awesome. I want to try and nail the bottom here. 1680, I would risk, 1650 on the play. Yep, absolutely. SKLZ at 1680 should get some support from yesterday's highs. Absolutely. And that's kind of that level we've been looking for on SKLZ, right? Not trading it here, not trading it here, because we know that we have a couple key levels we need to wait for. It's all about being patient, right? I'm not buying it off 1715. It could run, right? It could bottom and it could go. But again, we see 1681. 1681 makes a lot more sense, right? Getting some support off yesterday's highs, yesterday's close. So again, I'm sitting back and waiting for that level. No reason to jump the gun at 17 when it could fall to 1680, right? So I'm looking for a 1680 entry, and I'm looking to put my stops right below 1615 on SKLZ. So I'm going to risk about 30 cents. Start with 500 shares. Oh, slow and steady on SKLZ. Slow and steady. And we can see that we're starting the bottom here on the 5-minute RSI. We're really decreasing volume on SKLZ on the 15-minute chart. The 15-minute chart would have about 9 more minutes until it closes out for a possible doji. And we're just waiting to see if it's going to hold above 1720. Right? It could get back above and we could hold that 1720 mark, which is a pretty good level as well. Post-market high, post-market support. We can see here 2 different times that level was tagged. Again, 1719. So again, if we get back above and hold on the 5-minute, that would allow us to close with a doji on the 15-minute. That would be a good level to risk off of. That would be a good level to go long and put stops underneath 17 bucks. So again, you can put yourself in a nice position to only risk about 20 to 30 cents. Where's our first target? I would put our first target up towards around $18. Second target, $18.21. And then if we really get some action, I mean, this bad boy all the way up to 20, guys. Let's see if we get that reversal. Right now in the 15 minutes, definitely fighting for it. A nice little pop, maybe a nice little retest on the 5-minute. Look to go long. Right now I'm sitting on the sidelines, not in on anything yet. DBDB in on SKLZ 1728. Yeah, I'm still sitting on the sidelines. I'm still waiting to see what we look like on that 15. We're getting a really nice pop here. Again, we had a lot of different reasons why this is a good little bounce. I'd like to see one more 5-minute candle down, all right? That would allow us to kind of come back down and form a proper doji on the 15-minute before that 15-minute closes. So we're getting ready to get a new 5-minute candle. Could it pop right now up towards 18 and hit target? It could. But again, if I miss it, I miss it. If we get that pullback and hold above 1720 on the next 5-minute candle, that would look good on the 15, and then I would be looking to jump on in here. So let's see if we can get that. Again, it could pop to 18 now, but again, if we did come down to 1720, that would be really, really nice on the 15-minute for a possible reversal here. Yes, Webull over Robinhood all day. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Webull, but if you have two brokers to choose from and you're going to choose you're going to choose Webull or Robinhood, go with Webull all day. Robinhood is, their charting is no charting. Payment for order flow sucks. Webull seems to be a lot better as far as execution. Yeah, you're going to have much, much, much better luck with Webull over Robinhood. For sure. Yeah, they don't do fractional shares, but that's when you can sign up with a proper broker. Again, that's not you're not day trading. So I mean, what E-Trade, Schwab, Interactive Brokers, TD, I believe all of them do fractional shares. So you can set up an account with them, fund it, invest once a month if that's what you're doing, is allocating your funds once a month and you're doing fractional shares. That's a set and go type of deal. You log in, you buy your stock, your shares once a month as you're investing, not trading. And then you just let it sit and you're good. But as far as actively trading as a beginner, a lot of people have good success with Webull. So I have yet to get in on SKLZ. Again, I have a different kind of approach that I'm looking for. And if I miss it, I miss it. And I'm okay. I'm already up 413 on the day. So I'm completely happy with how my day is. But again, like I said, I wanted to see this 5-minute candle close down towards around 1725. That would allow the 15-minute candle to set up properly for that reversal. And then I would look to go long with stops under 17. That's how the strategy is supposed to be. Put your stops underneath the doji low. In this case, your stops would be right around $17. And you're looking for about a 50% move back up. So we're looking for around $18 plus on the reversal. Right, we'd be looking for around that 1820 to be exact, right around 1820. Let's see if we get it. We got about 2 more minutes to go until this 5 closes on out. Hey, green's green. Green's green. Lock it up. If you can jump back in, definitely jump back in. But I'm waiting for that super perfect setup. Super perfect. Let's see. RSI is low. I mean, call sweeps across the board. Price targets being raised. I mean, there's a lot of action here, right? There's a lot of action. I do think we can see a nice reversal today on SKLZ. Right now, 15 is looking good. 15-minute chart is looking so sweet. Ow! Looking great. So SKLZ. One more minute to go. Looking like we're going to do pretty well here. So I'm going to go ahead and start a position on SKLZ. Went ahead and just started with 100 shares. Again, my stop no matter what's below 17. All right, but I want to go ahead and start building a little bit of a position here, just in case we see that being the bottom. There we go, beautifully down to that 1722. And we got about 40 seconds to go. All right. So we have about 15 seconds to see this close above 1730, and that would really look great on this 15-minute candle, guys. So still sitting back and relaxing. Oh, it tries. It's trying. Still a great close on that candle. Still not a bad close on that candle. So again, right now, if we're looking for the reversal, stops are under 17. I have a 1735 cost basis. I want to add to it here. You know, I'll risk no more than 150 bucks. I'm going to get a total of 500 shares on this play. But right now, I'm just adding to it in case it does come down. You know, my stop is going to be a lot less. But I like this area for that possible reversal. Again, first target, 1820s. Stops will then be brought to break even, and I will look to hold the remainder of my position pretty much all day. I'll be looking for a top target of around $20, okay? So again, 500 shares. Looking to take profit at about $1 gain. Lock in about $250. Hold the rest to see if we get a break over $20 today. Stops on 500 shares. I'm looking at 30 cents of stop. That's about $150. So not bad. I'm going to average in a little bit more here. 300 shares. Trying to get that cost basis as sweet as possible. Oh! TKAT halted. We got to go do something with TCAT. All right, so I'm 400 shares. I'm putting my stop in so we can go look somewhere else. So let's go stop. We're going to do, because I have a less size, 30, 40 cents, 80, 160. I would be okay with about 160. So I'm going to put my stops at 1690. 95. Just in case it comes down and bounces off 17. I'll go 1695. So we're going to go 400 shares of SKLZ. 400 shares, 1695. Right? Yep, 1695. Stop, sell. All right, we're good. Let's see if we get that nice pop. Oh, my goodness. 15-minute reversal. Say what? All right. TKAT. Woohoo! My goodness, TKAT is halted. Halted where? Right at the 13. 26.59. 26.59. So, a gap up. Hey, man, we might have a halt strategy coming on up. TKAT, when was this halted? TKAT at 10:30. So, we have 10:30, 5:24. All right, so TKAT, possible halt strategy coming on up. How high can it go? Fuck, $29, $30. TKAT. Let's keep this one on high watch. High watch to cat. So we are running into the 5-minute 9 EMA. But our 15-minute, which is where we took the reversal, right? We weren't taking a reversal off the 5, right? We were taking the reversal off the 15. So decreasing volume, formed a doji, and we're starting to see that nice big pop. Our target is going to be right around 18. First target 18, stops get brought up to break even. So you got about a minute for TKAT. Again, you want to see this stock gap up about 50 cents plus. So, I mean, a nice gap up around 27, a wash out down to 26.25, and then for the next leg up over on TKAT. So you got about a minute to go there. Oh, my goodness. Woo, the sickness is getting me. All right, we're good. I got it out. TKAT, TKAT. Right now we got bids at 25. I don't think it's gonna gap up. Again, we got about 4 seconds to go. TKAT, yeah, no gap up. But the pop, lock, and drop, yeah, that's a risky play. We're good. We're good on SKLZ. I may start looking to take a little bit of cheddar on SKLZ again. It's the market thing, right? The market's not been super crazy lately. Green is green. Lock it in when you have it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and lock in 200 shares right here, just because I want to get paid, guys. I like money. And what I'm going to do is I'm still going to leave a runner on the table at break even. So I'm going to go 17.30 for a runner just to see if it does continue on up. 200 shares at $3 could be another 600 bucks if we get the leg up and if that was the bottom, right? So again, going ahead and locking in about $100 on the play. I am going to go ahead and put a stop for my rest of my 200 shares at $17.30. Stop, sell. It's in the system. We're good to go. And we can let this thing work its way out throughout the day. If that was the bottom, right? That was the proper 15-minute reversal, which we waited for. We waited and almost an hour for that play. We didn't touch this, right? I touched it to the short side, but we were not buying the bounce. We were waiting for the proper setup, and we got it, guys. And we got it. So if this is that 15-minute reversal and we're going to get that leg back up, it's going to be a fun ride ahead. Yeah, the highest gainer of the day, ANEZ, 48%. Like what? Like what? But again, you know, we have opportunity. It's really just about being patient and waiting for that opportunity to come to us. What did we do on SKLZ? We put a higher time frame up, right? We were looking at the 1, kind of choppy. What does it look like on a 5? Okay, start to look good. Let's look at a 15, right? Let's look at every angle. Because again, SKLZ is the talk of the town. Everybody's looking at SKLZ. So again, we knew that we were going to see profit taking. We knew that we had a great chance of reversing, but where? Right? What kind of setup are we going to get? Well, we got a nice 15-minute reversal. You know, nice decreasing volume, nice little doji right off prior resistance, new support. And we sat back and we were patient for that, right? It took us 45 minutes to get that trade, but we nailed it, and we're in the green. 3 for 3 on the day, guys. 3 for 3. MVIS, 2 on SKLZ. 1 to the short side, 1 to the long side. Not a bad Thursday. NKLA, oof. Nicola, is that in Nicola? NKLA? Let's look at it. What's going on here? We have news. Nicola Energy and Travel Centers of America to collaborate on installation of hydrogen fueling stations at 2 existing TA Petro site. Financial terms not disclosed. All right. I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, it has a lot of room to 14. We really look at the next level, it has some great room to, maybe 1361-ish. Support in reality, if we really look at support, I mean, I would throw it off pre-market highs. I mean, we're overextended right now. We're like extremely overextended. I mean, we had a nice little red to green move. Go ahead and put that on a 5-minute, right? We already pulled back and retested those highs. So honestly, I would say your best level of support is going to be right off those previous highs, 1150. What's another great thing about 1150? It's also that 13-day moving average. So again, if you're looking to go long, wait for a slight pullback first, back down towards around 1150 for the next leg up over on NKLA. So let's keep this one on watch. This one does have some great potential. Let's see if we can get a pullback on NKLA down towards around 1150. TKAT, TKAT support right there at 25. This one has room back up towards around those highs. You got about a possible $2 reward setup here on TKAT. If this one pulls back to 25 and holds, you can actually go ahead and place your stops below the VWAP. So even if you wanted to risk $1, you could risk $1 and you could still possibly get $2 out of this. So a nice little 2-to-1 setup with allowing this to breathe $1, which is still a little much, but you're getting your nice pullback here. TKAT, this one definitely can get the next leg on up. So I think TKAT has some great potential. We're still waiting for XM to possibly set up for us. RNLX is done. GRNQ, done. TDC, we'll still keep it on watch. SKLZ. Again, I got my stops at break even. I already took some profit. If I get stopped out and we still have a good setup, maybe I can jump back into it. I don't know. But, you know, green's green. TYHT on watch for tomorrow. Hey, we bounced on WBT, guys. Look at that. Nice little bounce on WBT. If anybody caught that, awesome work. Awesome job. Awesome work. If you guys caught that, AI just hit target as well. If you guys were trading AI, you hit target there. So, guys, a lot of great opportunity today. Again, I mean, I can't trade everything just because, you know, I'm making sure that, again, the analysis, answering your questions, I can't trade 10 things at once. But, again, we can see here that we have a lot of great setups. AI, target was hit. WBT, we had our bounce, first target was hit. You know, TKAT, overall, pretty solid day, guys. So if you guys are at least jumping into some of these plays and you're making some money, awesome job. Awesome work. And if you're not, as long as you're learning stuff, that's even more important. Understanding why AI was a good buy and sell at those levels. Understanding why WBT was a good buy here and was a good sell here. Not just taking the trades and being profitable and making money, but understanding why, you know, I'm going to wait for TKAT on this 5-minute candle to close out, see if we have anything there. I'm also looking at XM for that possible short off 41.24. All right, give me a couple moments, guys. I need to step out, but I'll be right back in about 3 minutes. All right, I'm back, baby. I'm back. Question from Knockout, little bro, TKAT. Off of yesterday's lesson and just confirmation that I'm learning correctly, volume was ascending, then descending on TKAT, and now it's stabilizing. So it's a bull flag. Let's go ahead and look at it. We had our leg up on increased volume, ascending volume, followed by a period of consolidation where the stock consolidates. In this case, the nice pullback with a double bottom. This area right here is considered to be your period of consolidation right there, right? So you have your leg up, your pull, followed by your period of consolidation on decreased volume. Do we have decreased volume during that time period? Let's go ahead and mark it up. Do we? Absolutely. It's not always going to be picture perfect, right? It's not always going to be descending beautifully, but as long as it's decreasing volume during that period of consolidation, absolutely. That is some criteria for a bull flag, right? So the beautiful thing about this is not only did you get your increasing volume move to the upside, followed by your period of consolidation on decreased volume, you also had a double bottom, right? You had a W, right? Market structure. When we say W's and double bottoms, that indicates market structure, right? W's indicate market structure for support. M's, right? Double tops indicate market structure as far as resistance. So M's and W's, market structure. So the really nice thing about TKAT right there, not only did you have the criteria for a bull flag, you also had a double bottom, a W, right? A little bit of a higher low, right? Off of the 9 EMA. Then we saw a pop in volume right here. That was a great indication to go ahead and go long. Boop, 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 and you would sell into high a day. And right there, you could have been going long at 26. You could have been selling up towards around 27.20. Really good setup. So good eye. Yes. Bull flag. Inside the flag, you have a double bottom. You have market structure off the 9 EMA. Great, solid. Again, 3 to 4 separate reasons to take a trade there, right? Again, you always want to try and find multiple separate reasons for the trade. And you had a couple different really good reasons there to take that trade on TKAT for a quick pop. Again, first target. Remember our lesson. First target is always going to be a retest of the previous high, right? Then you bring your stops to break even because it's not always going to break over that previous high and continue on up. So you always need to have a first target. Remember what I said? A lot of people will teach you to go ahead and draw your pull, right? A lot of people will say draw your pull, take that pull, and run it off the flag low and on up. There's your target, $29. Well, what if you would have bag held this waiting for 29? You would just not be getting stopped out at break even. So you always need to have those first targets. And it's always important to have those first targets at the previous high, so you're always locking in some profit, okay? Absolutely, 100%. 100%. You're nailing it, man. Good shit. You're paying attention, you're learning. That is awesome. TDC. We're trading on a 5-minute right now, guys. I want to clean up some of these plays. So right now I was stopped out right to the penny. Look at that, right to the penny over on SKLZ. Still setting up nicely. We actually have a nice little double bottom trying to form here with a higher low, right? Come down and bounced right here. We can see that we bounced into the 9 EMA, pull back, higher low, a little bit of a double bottom, trying to get above the 9 EMA. Right now, the 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart is actually being respected. Traders are utilizing that as an area to take some profits, and we can see selling taking place at the 9 EMA. So as long as we see that selling take place at the 9 EMA like that, we still do have more room to the downside. We need to actually close above the 9 EMA for traders to get excited to possibly take this back up into the 18s. So right now, we're just kind of sitting back on SKLZ. And see, we can see how that is being honored, right? We came up to the 9 EMA, rejected. Traders tried getting it above the 9 EMA, rejected. So what I'm seeing is a continuation pattern to the downside. All right, so I'm seeing a little bit of a continuation pattern where I think we could definitely see this down towards around 1681 now. Okay, so just be mindful. We lose this low here, we'll probably see it down towards around 1681 for the next possible bounce. Other than that, if we lose that level, down towards around 1650, right? Just looking at prior day resistance, prior day support. Next level I see right around 1648, 1650. Right now, I don't really see anything that I want to get involved with. One thing I do see that's hitting the halt scanner, GSMG. Let's just go check that out. GSMG, see if there's any potential there. No. No. HZAC, hitting the breakout scanner. HZAC. Honestly, I want to short this thing. 1020. HZAC. HZAC. Why do I want to short it? Why am I thinking of shorting HZAC? Well, look at that daily chart. We are right up at 1020, right? Nice push from 10 all the way to 1020, right? 50-day moving average. Now, again, that's just one reason, right? Just one reason, but that 50-day is strong. So that being said, I went ahead and took a small little short off of the 1020 area. I'm going to be putting my stops over those pre-market highs. So I'm going to risk 60 cents. Not 60 cents, $60, right? I have 625 shares, 10 cents of risk. I'm risking about $60 on this play. Basically, I'm putting my stops right over those pre-market highs. But I am looking to see if this actually gets held down below 1020 and see if we can't get it to actually continue to fall today. Maybe back down towards around 10. So let's see. Vivid Seats to become listed company via merger with Horizon Acquisition. So that's why we see this kind of popping on up a little bit this morning. Vivid Seats, a leading concert, sports, and theater ticket marketplace, just to become a publicly listed company via a merger with Horizon Acquisition Corporation. So that's why we saw some action on this play today and why we're seeing it move on up a little bit as well. I don't know why I only grabbed 600 shares. That was definitely a 2,000 share kind of play. All day. That was definitely a couple thousand shares there. I'd wanted to scalp that down into the low 1010s. So I'll probably lock in $60. But hey, green's green, right? Green's green. Let's see if we can we get that dump. I'm actually going to go ahead and put stops over the highs. What was the high here? High was 1020. I'm going to go ahead and do a stop here. At 1021 and just see if this actually continues to fade on off today. So HZAC, I'm short at $10.18, 625 shares. I'm going to put stops right over that high, that 50-day moving average at 1021, so 3 pennies. We're going to buy those on the stop if it comes up to 1021. So let's see if this one wants to fade today. HZAC. We're going to go back over to a 2-minute on this one. This one's losing a lot of volume and a lot of momentum to the upside over on NKLA, right? We can see each push is getting more shallow and shallow and shallow and shallow on less and less and less volume. So if anything, I would be looking for a short, but again, there's no overhead resistance until $13, $13.61 for a short. So I'm definitely not going to be chasing this one. TKAT is not looking all that great. XM, not right now. TDC, not too great. SKLZ. Where's limit up, limit down here on SKLZ? LULD to the bid side. $15. So we still got tons of time for this thing to fade on off. And what's one thing that we're kind of starting to see on SKLZ? For those of you guys that have listened in on our RSI lessons and you guys know how to utilize the RSI, is what is something that we could actually be seeing here on SKLZ? Something, if you just look at the chart, you're not really seeing this. Now, if you look at the RSI, you're like, maybe, just maybe. So whoever gets it right, I am going to give you something. I want to see who's been paying attention. We got 34 viewers, all right? I kind of gave you a couple hints. For those of you that have been in the live streams, for those of you that have been paying attention, if you guys get this correct, I'm going to give something away for free today. I'm going to give you either a course, right? We'll do a giveaway for a course or a free month of chat on me. So you look at SKLZ, all right? I kind of gave you a couple hints. RSI, looking at the chart. What's one thing that you notice on this play? You guys are still, you guys are close. You guys are close. I want it to be very specific on what we're kind of seeing, right? So some of you are getting the right idea, but I want you to actually be specific. As I were to say, this is what we're seeing, I was trying to break it down. Whoever's specific and whoever nails this. But so far, you guys are on the right track. Matt B's the closest so far. Actually, guys, we do have a winner. I had to think this one through. Matt B. Matt B actually nailed it, right? I wanted it a little bit more thorough, but again, I can't expect for you guys to sit here and break it down like I do. So, I mean, he got it right. I was looking for someone to say specifically, all right, that the chart is making lower lows, but the RSI is making higher lows, right? But he nailed it. Divergence. That's really what it is. It's divergence, right? So again, the stock is making lower lows, right? But the RSI is actually trying to grind here, right? The RSI is making higher lows. We can see here that internally, with the RSI, Relative Strength Index, internally, we are seeing some strength on SKLZ. The chart, looking at the chart, we see lower lows, bearish. But we can kind of see internally how we're trying to shift some of that strength, right? Again, the chart with the lower lows, but the RSI trying to put in some higher lows, which is considered divergence. All right, so yes, that is considered divergence. All right, so again, as a little recap, when you see the stock making lower lows, which right here it did, but in that same period of time, you see this, RSI making attempted higher lows, that is an internal sign of strength, right? That is divergence. We can utilize the RSI, the same thing, when it's moving to the upside. Let me see if I can find an example of some divergence when the stock is grinding higher. We see it a lot on the SPY. So, I mean, you can kind of see it here. This would be considered some divergence, right? And again, it's not 100%. You always have to use it in conjunction with other forms of technical analysis. We know that. Not going to stress it. But right here on the chart on SKLZ from yesterday, we see here that we were putting in higher highs on the chart. But here on the RSI, we were putting in slightly lower highs. So here we were seeing some divergence, and that could have been a good indication to go ahead and take this short. However, this is not a standalone indicator, right? You can't just say, oh, divergence, taking it short or going long. It's a good indication to use it in conjunction with other forms of technical analysis. So yes, Matt B, he did get that correct. We were starting to see some divergence over on SKLZ, right? Stock is making lower lows, but we can see here on the RSI that we're trying to put in some higher lows. So that could be an indication of a reversal coming on up in the near future. So good job, Matt. Send me an email, josh@alphadaytrading.com, and let me know what you want, man, and I will hook you up with something for free, either a course or I will give you some access to the Alpha Day Trading chat room. And guys, we are going live next week, just so you guys are aware, just so you guys are ahead of the game, right? I am going to cap it at 100. Why, Josh? What? Why are you going to cap it at 100? Well, number one, I want to make sure that when we're there, that I can make sure I can give you guys my undivided attention, right? I don't want to get flooded with questions, and I get it. I want to make sure that I can give my undivided attention to each and every person, that if you ask me a question, you're going to get my response. If we have 500 people, it's going to be hectic. I'm going to start with 100 people, all right? Cap it at 100. Again, make sure you guys get that undivided attention, that we can work with you one-on-one, as that's the goal, is to grow you guys and build you guys up. And also, I want to make sure that we don't run into any issues with having a flood of people on the server. I want to make sure that we don't have 200 signups in one day and it crash the website for any reason. So again, I kind of want to scale into it. But the biggest thing is to make sure you guys get that undivided attention, and that I have the opportunity to work with you one-on-one, kind of like what we do now, okay? So go ahead and send me an email, and guys, registration will be open this weekend, all right? So come Saturday and Sunday, you will be able to go over to alphadaytrading.com, all right? Go ahead and go back to the home page. You'll be able to come up here to log in, register. You'll be able to go ahead and pick. Here, let me go ahead and log out. Go ahead and pick which option you want to go with. So if you're like, you know what, we'll do the monthly, simply come and click the monthly, and you'll have access to go ahead and check out here and get access to the chat rooms. Okay, guys? So again, when you come in, you just go to log in, register. But again, if you need to see what's in your membership, just click what's included in your membership right here. And you can just scroll down and you see everything that you actually get access to. All right? One thing that's not included in here is the fact that we're going to have some team leaders. I've been talking to you guys about that a lot. One thing I haven't really talked about is we do have more than just me. So we have Matt Kursdell. Matt is going to actually be our team leader for options and futures. He's going to come in every now and then and actually do live lessons with you guys on futures, on options, and his strategy, and kind of get you guys up to speed. And he's going to be primarily as well making alerts for you guys. All right, so he's going to be typing up his alerts for options and futures. If you want to trade alongside of Matt, very successful for the last 10 years, generates over 6 figures a year trading options and futures, very consistent, very smart. So if you guys want to follow along as you learn futures and options, that is going to be fantastic. And then we also have Mr. Wayne, my man Wayne. He is going to be a swing trading leader. So again, he really hunts for swing trades. He's been in the game for a very, very long time. He is very, very good. I've worked with him in the past, and he primarily hunts for swing trades. So a lot of you guys that want to take on some swing trades as well, you will also have Wayne sharing his alerts and his ideas with the team. You'll have me live streaming every single day, providing just value and education like we have been doing, and also day trading with you guys as well. And I actually am in the works with finding a good person to bring on for cryptocurrency. Right now, I have yet to find the person that I want to bring on board to educate you guys and to build you up on crypto. Again, I do have something in the works for Forex as well, but again, I know a lot of people don't really focus on Forex. So we'll have day trading with me, education, commentary with your boy Josh. We'll have options and futures with Matt, swing trading with Wayne, our team leaders. Excuse me, guys. And eventually I want to find a great crypto trader and bring them on board as well. So, Mark, one lesson I would like to see on Josh's school would be how to use Thinkorswim to trade. Have you checked out our Thinkorswim lessons over on YouTube yet? So if you go to YouTube and you go to Alpha Day Trading, oh, look at that beautiful guy right there. And go to videos, scroll down a little bit. I have a lot of tip and trick videos. So if we go down, we should be able to find those TD Ameritrade tips and tricks. So we got quite a few of these lessons that I built a while back. They're really good. So I have a lot, right? TD Thinkorswim platform tips and tricks, tips and tricks, tips and tricks, how to trade options, how to trade equities. I mean, we got a lot of TD Ameritrade tips and tricks right through YouTube, absolutely free. So like this one, for instance, where were we at? I think we were right here. How to add and edit studies, right? How to add and edit studies. How to use OCO orders, other cancels orders with brackets on TD Ameritrade, right? We got some of those in there. So yeah, there's quite a few. There's quite a few. How to use options on TD, how to use Thinkorswim platform, link and detach the charts in level 2. So yeah, definitely check these out. And if there's still something we haven't talked about, I will definitely schedule a lesson here coming up very, very soon. And we'll talk about more. But we do have quite a few lessons in here, and they're all labeled TD Ameritrade for beginners, how to use the Thinkorswim platform. So hopefully that helps you guys out. And then again, if there's something that I have not covered, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to actually schedule that in, and we will do a lesson on maybe something that we didn't talk about in those TD Ameritrade tips and tricks lessons over on YouTube. Off to work. We'll finish watching when I get back home this afternoon. Awesome, Jeff. Enjoy the rest of your day. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. All right, so, ooh, I almost got stopped out of HZAC. Am I out yet? HZAC? No, it just double topped right off those highs. So we're still good. I got to stop at 1021. Looking for a nice big decline. I'd really like to see this back down towards around 10. Oh, and another thing that I didn't talk about is every lesson that we do inside of the Alpha Day Trading Chatroom will be exclusive to members. I am no longer going to be posting our lessons on YouTube. We got a lot of YouTube content, a lot of great stuff. But moving forward, any new lesson that we do will be edited professionally. It will be uploaded to the Alpha Day Trading Chatroom, exclusive for members. All right, so just keep that in mind. Anything we ever do, it will be edited, recorded, and it will be hosted for you guys, so you can access that 24/7, 365 to always level up, to always study and educate yourself. Man, I'm not doing all that bad today with feeling like crap. So again, thank you guys for bearing with me. It's definitely been a little mind messy day. Oh boy. All right, so right now, SKLZ. Let's dive into a 2 and see if we have any lower time frame reversal coming on up. Not really, but we are off of those highs from yesterday at that 1681. Again, if we crack 1681 down to 1648, all right? I mean, look at NKLA. I mean, it's grinding higher on less and less and less and less volume. If anything, I want to try and see if we can't grab a short on this bad boy. Go ahead and dive into like a 4-hour chart. And maybe see if we grab some resistance off 1280 for a short. I'm looking like right around 1278 NKLA. NKLA. I mean, we're just moving up on decreased volume. Looking pretty weak right now. Let's see if I can nail a short here off 1278 NKLA. Again, I see this grind higher, but with less and less volume. So to me, we might see that short coming on up off of, again, 1278 resistance. So we're about 10 cents away. I'm not taking it unless it pops over 1270. Right now I'm looking at maybe 625 shares of NKLA. Quick little pop over 1270, grab a short, take it back down, maybe 20 cents or so. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there, Mark, because there is a lot of stuff on there, and maybe one of those videos already answer your question. And if they do, awesome. If not, I do want to still build some more tips and tricks in, TD, how to use it to really help you guys out. And those lessons will be exclusive for you guys as well. I'm no longer going to be posting up anything on YouTube. I mean, we have so much content already, so much great content for newer traders to come in. I'm going to be putting the 2019 course on there for free. A course I built 3 years ago. So now we're going to have a nice course, some other lessons, tips and tricks, recaps. I mean, YouTube's structured great. And we're always going to be doing our 20-minute live commentary session in the mornings as well for YouTube. But everything else, I want to make sure that it's exclusive to our members. Absolutely. 100%. We're going to be doing live webinars. I mean, guys, there's so much. We're not just going to talk stocks. I mean, we're going to bring guest speakers on, talk, different ways to create multiple streams of income, flipping homes, right? Really just talk anything that has to do with entrepreneurship, right? Not just about stocks, but anything that you can actually do in life to generate more streams of income, to really just level up your life, right? So again, it's going to be fun, guys. And it's going to grow, and we're going to have some very, very smart, talented people on there to share their ideas with you guys. Matt and Wayne, and I know we have some other members, Jose. I mean, it's going to be a good time. Chris and Beth, everybody. You guys will definitely enjoy it. So looking for a quick pop over 1270, 1275 maybe would be great. I'm being extra patient today, guys. I'm only 4 trades on the day, all of them green so far. Right, so I haven't really traded a lot. I'm just waiting for the best of the best. Perfect entries, perfect exits. Let's see if we can't grab a 1275 short on NKLA. We do have some divergence. We are losing volume on the 5-minute chart. So overall, I think we can see a nice reversal on NKLA. Right now, I wasn't able to get that short off 1270. I didn't pull the trigger. Corey, trying to do both is tough. Muting the stream to answer the work phone. Yeah, it is tough, man. It is tough. I did it for a couple years in the car business. Anytime my boss would walk in or a customer would walk in, I'd have to hurry up and mute stuff. I would miss everything. Yeah. But one thing that I'm going to start doing is we're going to have 2 different streams going. We're going to have our stream for the 20 minutes over on YouTube. We're going to have a private listed stream for the community. Those will be recorded, and what I can do is I can provide you with a stream recap the very next day. That's something I want to do. So if you were not in chat and you're like, you know what, I just want to kind of skim through yesterday's commentary, which you guys did, I'll actually be able to provide you guys with a link to go access that recorded stream from the previous day. Now, it's going to be like 7 to 8 hours of content. It's a lot of stuff, but if you're bored and you want to dive into it, you will have that availability to go back and watch the previous day's stream, even though we're no longer doing this on YouTube. So just keep that in mind as well. All right, here we go. Come on, baby. NKLA, can we get a quick little 5-cent pop up to 1275, 1280? Grab a quick little short here. I want you, baby. I want to short you. I think we got a great short coming on up. We're so close. It's so close. There we go, 1271, 1272, 3, 4, and boom, short. All right, let's see if we get that pullback back down to 1250 now. Kind of what I'm waiting for. Here we go. Here we go. NKLA, patience pays, guys. Patience with a capital P-A-Y. Nailed the short off the high a day. We were waiting forever for that. Now we want to cover at 1250. Stops right now, break even. Why not? Why not go ahead and put stops at break even? If it pops back over 1270, it'll probably end up breaking up to 13. We want to go ahead and cover this at 1250. So we're about 10 cents away from covering. Yeah, and that's something I can work on in the future, is actually having our video team actually edit these and turn them into like a highlight reel. I think that's a good idea, and republishing those as a highlight reel. All right, I'm out. I'm out. Woo! Quick 109 on NKLA on the short, baby. Oh, what a great day. Currently up $602.95. 5 trades, all green. All green, guys. What? I haven't seen all green in like 3 weeks. Guys, I told you, it was just a matter of time before we saw some better market conditions. I should be sick every day. I hope I'm sick for the rest of my life so I can come in and just fucking trade. But yeah, I think that would be a good idea, like a highlight reel. So if I can find someone to edit all of these, it's a shit ton of editing, right? It's a lot of editing. Talking 8 hours of stuff, but kind of take the dead spots and break it down into highlights. Boom, 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 boom. That would be really, really cool as well. All right, so why did I want to take a short off 1278? Well, when I'm looking at the daily chart on NKLA, I can't really see a lot, right? Just been downtrending, downtrending, right? I can't really see a lot of clean support and resistance. So I'm like, all right, what do we got to do? Let's dive into a lower time frame, 4 hours, right? And now I'm just looking for areas that have been respected multiple times. So I see the first area that stands out to me is this spiking high on the 4-hour chart. And I'm looking left to see if it was respected before. Boom, it was. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I like that level. Scrolling back, anything? No. But again, right there, I'm like, you know, in intraday, if we look at the 1-minute chart, okay? Intraday, we're decreasing volume. You can see how the volume's being decreased, right? It's depleting. Yes, we are coming into lunch. That's normal. But the stock's moving up. The stock is grinding to the upside on decreased volume. And what do we see on that RSI? A little bit of divergence, right? Internally, making lower highs, but here on the chart, making all these higher highs. So I see some divergence. I see volume being depleted, right? Along the move up into a level of resistance that's been validated 2 times. I'm taking the short. You know, that was just it. Trying to nail the short off those highs, 10 cents of risk, looking to grab about 25 cents, and I did. We were short at 1272, covered at 1254, so about 20 cents on that play. Not bad. Now, it's still tradable. If we come back up and we double top, right, I will look to short this once again off a possible double top on NKLA, right? We still have a lot of this divergence. We still have a lot less volume. And again, if we pop over these highs briefly and momentarily on less volume, and we still have this divergence on the RSI, I will definitely look to take this short for a better dump, right? This was a nice little pullback, right? If we get a double top, that could be a big dump down to 1230. And I'd be looking at that one with a little bit more size as well. Not just 600 shares, maybe step it up a little bit. So right now, kind of just waiting. NKLA, see if it can maybe like double top up around the highs. I'm going to throw NKLA off to the side. NKLA. TKAT. Oh, there was the short on XM. Remember 21-24 short? I would have been grabbing the short, baby. I would have been grabbing that short. It's all good. You can't win them all. You can't trade them all. It ain't Pokemon, right? We ain't catching them all. You can't trade them all, baby. HZAC. What's going on there? HZAC. I mean, I'm still in that trade. I forgot all about it. This thing's just laying sideways now. I'm gonna hold it. I'm only risking $18, 3 cents. So I'm gonna hold it and see if we come back down towards 10. Oh boy. I feel like crap. I feel like I'm gonna puke, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you guys didn't want to hear that, but I feel like, ugh, my body is killing me right now. Whatever she had, she gave us. My wife's sick. I'm sick now. Whatever the kid had, she gave us. Damn kid. Oh, hey, our 26 viewers. A big congratulations to Knockout 902. My little bro that you guys know he's in here. He's having a kid. My little brother having a kid. I am going to be an uncle. Oh, I'm going to be an uncle. Isn't that freaking awesome? I'm excited. I haven't been an uncle yet, and I'm going to be an uncle in the next 6 months. So congratulations, Knockout. His name's Devin. Congratulations, little bro. 23 years old. I think he's 23. Yeah, he's 23. I'm wrong. Don't hate me. So yeah, congratulations, man. Making me a little uncle. I made him an uncle 3 years ago. He's making me an uncle now. That's cool. And it's a little girl. So he's screwed, guys. It's a little girl. So he is screwed. Not that there's anything wrong with girls, but, you know, my little girl, she's like the devil. That's all I'm saying is she is the devil. The first 2 years, mommy, 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 mommy. Wanted nothing to do with me. Now she's becoming more of the daddy's girl, and I love it. But for the first 2 years, I was screwed. She wanted nothing to do with me. Yeah, even Catherine saying, I have 3 girls. He's very screwed. We're all on the same page. That's funny. That's funny, guys. I enjoy this. I enjoy working with you. I'm glad that I showed up. I'm glad that I showed up to the party today. Good stuff. Matt, you still here, bro? Mr. Matt? Mr. Matt. We don't even know if it's mine yet. Nah, no, you can't say that, man. You can't say that. That's crazy. All right, just wanted to do a quick TikTok and just kind of share what we do here on the live stream over on Alpha Day Trading. An awesome day here in the stock market, working with some of the most amazing people in the world. I mean, logging in every day, joining the live stream. I really have so much fun working with each and every one of them. Today was an awesome day. Currently locking in $602. 5 trades, all 5 of them green, 5 for 5. What an amazing day. And I know people here in chat are making some money as well. And we have a beautiful winner, Mr. Matt B, crushing our giveaway question for the day. And he just absolutely nailed it. So Mr. Matt, what are you getting, my man? Do you want a free month of chat, or do you want a free course, the ultimate day trading starter kit, man? What do you want? I will make sure that you get it. Now we get to play the Jeopardy song. Do 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 do. Go on, Jerry Springer. Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. We'll say Alpha, Alpha. All right, Mr. Matt. So our lucky giveaway winner, again, congratulations. Again, go ahead and let me know. Do you want the course or do you want the free chat? What a nerd. I'm not a nerd. I'm not a nerd. All right, and my man chooses the ultimate day trading starter kit course. Again, congratulations. I'll send that to you right away. Hey, Devin, Mr. Knockout 902. I'm not a nerd. It's called content creation, right? It's just content. I gotta keep posting shit, and I just don't know what to post. So you know what? We're gonna post some nerdy stuff, right? I'm a goofball. All right, so cool, man. I know you sent me an email. I just wanted to have some fun and do a little video for TikTok. It's been a while since I posted a lot of stuff, so it's just fun to actually get you guys excited. But yeah, be pumped, man. 52 chapters, 52 lessons, about 20 hours of content, man. So take it one course, one lesson, one day at a time. There's a lot of stuff. Take notes, and like always, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out. But you're going to learn a lot of stuff. Again, 20 hours of content over 52 lessons. I don't even know how that do that math. Yeah, my mind's not working today. If there's 20 hours divided by 52 lessons, that means each lesson's about 40 minutes in duration. That's a lot. That's a lot. So again, you're going to enjoy it. Have some fun. SKLZ, well, again, we had that divergence starting to form. Right, so we have the lower lows on the chart. We have the higher lows here on RSI. And we did come down into a level of yesterday's support resistance. So right now, 1681 is your support level. Okay, so right now, as far as the downside, you do not want to see this back below 1681 on SKLZ. Your first target, you're going to have VWAP, $18. If you keep ripping and running here on SKLZ, you do have room to 20. So, once again, SKLZ support 1681. You don't want to see it back below 1681 ideally, okay? You have room to 18, and then you have room back up to those pre-market highs of 1982. Alrighty, so Brett says bang, kabang, kabang. Is bang an actual ticker you want me to look up? No. Okay, he was just saying bang. All right, cool. Bang, bang. I thought, like, is that a ticker? Bang? What a beautiful short, guys. I mean, NKLA, I wish I would have held that a little bit longer. That was a nice, nice short right back into those previous highs. So let's see if we get another round on up. Let's see. If we get still some of that negative divergence, maybe a double top on the 5, maybe look to take NKLA short again. All right, guys. So we are moving into the slowest time of the day. That being what? Lunchtime. All right, AI. Awesome trade. Hitting all targets. WBT. Amazing analysis. Hitting targets, exceeding targets. We said keep TYHT on watch for tomorrow. This one still has great potential for a possible mid-candle breakout tomorrow. You heard it first here, guys. TYHT. Keep this on high watch for a possible mid-candle breakout tomorrow. All right. SKLZ. Nailed the reversal. TDC. We nailed this pullback for that reversal there. I mean, guys, I think we were like on 90% plus consistency today with just the analysis. Overall, amazing day. Nailing the trade on NKLA. Nailing the reversal here on TKAT. I mean, guys, amazing work, amazing day. I think one of the best days we've had so far. So I love the market. Market's nice, healthy, consistent, actually showing us that it can hold some gains, right? Not just a super choppy mess. So, but yes. So guys, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and open the floor for a quick 10 to 15 minute Q&A session. We've done a couple lessons here intraday. I know we've talked a lot of value, definitely dropped a lot of, those value bombs that we always talk about. So what I want to go ahead and do is open up the floor for a live Q&A, or if you guys have no questions, but you want to do a lesson and you have a topic in mind, I would be more than happy to spend, 10 to 15 minutes, and we can definitely dive into a little bit of a afternoon lesson as well. So I'm going to step away for 5 minutes. I better come back. I better see some questions. I better see some recommendations, because we're going to crush it for the next 20 minutes, guys. Give me about 5-6 minutes. I'll be right back with you guys. And we're back. Let's go ahead and rock and roll for the next 15, 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Before we dive into these questions, let's see if we got a nice setup, maybe starting to play itself out. Let's do a quick little scan through. We kind of know what's going on with SKLZ, which you guys can't expect. Right now, I'm still sitting back on NKLA, see if we get that nice little double top. See if we can't maybe nail a short here before lunch. So... thank you, got in way. Okay, so Catherine, can you explain the difference between SMA and EMA? Which is better to use? So it's really personal preference, Catherine. So an SMA is a simple moving average. An EMA is an exponential moving average. The main difference between an SMA and an EMA is how they're calculated, how they're weighted, right? So the EMAs will move faster and closer to the current price action, right? So I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to go ahead and go to my studies. I'm going to save this study set here as, we'll just save it as Josh, just so I have my study. So then I'm going to come into my studies. We're going to edit the studies. We're going to go ahead and take off the VWAP, and I'm going to add a 9 SMA, all right? A 9 SMA. So simple moving average. I'm going to go ahead and add that. And that's a 9. So, all right, we have an EMA, moving average exponential, close 9, 0, no. They're both exactly the same. SMA, EMA. They're both 9s. Let's go ahead and apply that. Actually, let's go ahead and change the color. Go ahead and edit. Let's go SMA, and let's change this to yellow. So, you see here, we're on a 5-minute chart. We have a 9 SMA, and we have a 9 EMA, okay? One sec. All right, so again, we have the 9 SMA and the 9 EMA. Again, they're both 9-period moving averages, right? Over the last 9 periods is how these are calculated. So if you have a 20 moving average, it's a 20-period moving average. It'll calculate the last 20 candlesticks and then place the moving average. So again, we're on a 9 SMA and a 9 EMA. So over the last 9 periods, not last 9 candles, or how these are going to populate and display. Again, a simple moving average moves slower than an EMA. So we can see here that even though they're the same period, being 9, the way they're calculated and the way they're weighted, the formula is a little bit different. The EMA is going to move closer to the current price. The SMA is going to move a little bit slower. So you can see here that our 9 EMA, exponential moving average, is the blue line. The 9 SMA is the yellow line. So again, there's still 9 SMA, 9 EMA, but the calculation and the weight's a little bit different, okay? So that's the biggest difference between an SMA and an EMA, is how they're formulated and how they're calculated. Again, the EMA will move much closer to the price. The SMA will be a little bit more slower and gradual, as we can see here, right? And that's why these two look much different. So again, that's the difference between SMA and EMA, the way they're formulated and the way they're calculated. So which ones do I use? You're probably asking, so like Josh, which ones do I use, right? It's really personal preference. A lot of people will use, I'll go ahead and talk the most popular, all right? Because again, trading is psychology, right? Trading is all psychology. We want to get in the minds of other traders, right? Where are they looking to buy? Where are they looking to sell? What kind of setups are they looking at? Really just being one step ahead, right? Trying to get in the minds of the majority of traders and be one step ahead. So again, when it comes down to trading psychology, we want to utilize what the majority utilize when it comes to studies and indicators. So the most popular indicators, all right, are going to be the 9 and the 20 EMA intraday, all right? So out of every trader I've ever talked to, every lesson I've seen, long story short, right, the most popular exponential moving averages are going to be the 9 and the 20 EMA intraday, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, etc. Okay, so a 9 and a 20 EMA intraday are the most popular and the most used between a lot of the majority of traders. Now we go look at a daily chart. The most popular simple moving averages, okay? So again, from my experience, SMAs are what's respected the most on a daily chart. So the most popular simple moving averages on a daily chart are going to be the 13 SMA, my yellow line here, that's a 13 SMA. We got a 50 SMA, and we have a 200 SMA. From, again, my experience in the market, I see that these are the most popular and the most well used across the board between retail and institutions. So I'm going to use the most popular. Again, the 13 SMA, the 50 SMA, as well as the 200 SMA. However, I have noticed a lot of traders, they like to utilize a 20 EMA on the daily chart as well, right? I like to use a 13 simple moving average. There are a lot of traders that like to utilize a 20 exponential moving average on the daily chart. Again, that's personal preference, but again, it is a very popular study that traders use. So there's no right or wrong answer. You can do a 13 SMA or you can do a 20 EMA. But again, the other top two popular ones are going to be a 50 simple moving average and a 200 simple moving average on the daily chart. Once again, intraday, 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, time frames, we're going to mainly want to use EMAs. All right, EMAs. And again, that's going to be the 9 EMA and the 20 EMA are going to be the most popular. Now, traders use the 50 EMA. Traders use the 100, the 200 EMA, right? There are other EMAs that traders utilize based on their strategies and whatnot. But again, do I want 20 freaking EMAs on my chart? It's just going to mess with me, right? It's going to mess with me. I like to keep it simple. I took the most popular indicators. I figured out which ones I like, which ones I can actually include into my strategy, my edge. And that's what I use. And I like to keep my chart as clean as possible. That's why I don't have Bollinger Bands, stochastics, a 9, a 20, a 50, 100, and a 200 EMA. Now I got 5 lines on my chart with the VWAP and Bollinger Bands. Imagine having, let me go ahead and show you. You guys know my chart on average, right? Let me go ahead and load my study. This is my chart normally. When I'm just looking at something, this is it. 9 EMA, VWAP. A lot of traders, they will actually, again, they use a lot. EXPO, exponential moving average, right? So they'll do a 20, they'll do a 50, 100, and a 200. So, right? So some traders will come in here and say, all right, let's make this 20, change that to purple, go in here to this, make that a 50. I don't even care about the colors right now. I just want to show you like how some traders' charts look, and it's crazy, right? They're overcomplicating it. Got to keep it simple. So they'll do this. They'll come in here and do Bollinger Bands, right? Some will do a Bollinger Band. They'll add that. Some will do stochastics as well. Stochastic fast. And a lot of people using the TTM squeeze, right? So I can't tell you how many times I've seen a chart look like this. And it's crazy. Again, we're trying to keep it simple, right? Imagine a chart looking like this. What the fuck is that? What is this? But again, I've seen traders' charts look like this. They will use a 9, a 20, a 50, 100, a 200 in the VWAP, right? So this is their chart and Bollinger Band. So this is what they're looking at. And then they have all this stuff going on. And they conflict with one another, right? There's a lot of confliction here. So again, it's all personal preference. Yeah, exactly. I can't tell you how many charts I've seen like this. If you want to see some fun charts, seriously, if you want to see some fun charts, go to tradingview.com. All right, you want to see some fun charts and how people really just overdo it? Go to tradingview.com and look at some of the stuff that people post. I mean, like, they got a lot going on. Like, how do you even look at the candles and see price action and stuff? Like, I've seen some crazy charts before. And it's just like, it's noisy, right? It's noisy, it's loud. There's a lot of stuff going on. Clear out the noise. Clear out the noise. Focus on the most popular, right? Again, there's no right or wrong answer. You could use a 9, you could use a 20, you can use a 50, you can use a 100, you can use a 200. But I wouldn't use all of them. I would actually use one, test it out, see if you like it. Use another one, test it out, see if you like it, until you figure out which one that you like, right? Which one you think that is going to provide you with more of an edge in the market. But again, there's no reason to have something like this. Yeah, MACD too. I mean, imagine adding the MACD. Right now, imagine adding MACD. I mean, I can't even see the chart. It's just so conflicting. There's too much going on. It's noisy, right? It's noisy. We want to make trading as simple and as easy as possible. So my studies, my setup may be different than yours, but again, there's no right or wrong answer. I've come to find out the 9 EMA works great for my strategy and my edge. The VWAP works great for me, okay? Volume is phenomenal. RSI is great as well. I don't need anything else. I can be a consistent, profitable trader using just those 4 studies, applying support resistance, trend lines, price action, Fibonacci's, and I am set. Imagine someone coming in now and drawing up all their support and resistance, right? So now you got everybody's support and resistance. Now they're over here drawing, you know, trend lines. Now they're over here, you know, drawing fibs. You can't see anything. You know what I mean? And I've seen so many charts that look like this, and it is just, it's brutal. It's crazy, okay? So that being said, no right or wrong answer. Again, it's just picking out what I do is which ones are the most used and the most popular. And over my experience, I've realized the 9 EMA is respected the most. VWAP is respected. You get a lot of clarification on the RSI. Again, volume is key. Then it really just comes down to support resistance, overall trends, level 2 price action, and Fibonacci's is really my bread and butter, what works for me. And that's me keeping it as simple as possible so I'm not conflicted with, you know, so much that's going on. All right. So again, let me go ahead and clean this chart up. So this is what a normal chart may look like for some traders, but here's mine. Simple, right? Simple. And we can find setups, we can make money, we can be profitable consistently without all the noise. So NKLA actually looks good for a possible breakout, right? We have a little bit of this double bottom, higher low off the 9, looking to possibly get a pop over the high a day here. So let's keep this on high watch. Right now, NKLA actually looks really decent here on a 5-minute chart. Now, if we're saying, all right, what if it breaks over the high a day? Where can it go to next? I'm looking right here around 1340, right around that 1340 mark. We bottomed out a few times here. Right, you can see here we bounced, we dropped below, we were resistance, but we also had a bigger bounce area in the past, right around that 1350. So if we come up to that 1350 quick, I will be looking to take a short of 1350. Yeah, definitely keep it minimal. I would, all right? But again, if you start using the 9, the 20, and the 100, and you have the MACD, right, that could be what works for you, right? You've back tested it, you've used it. It works well for you, and you have a strategy behind that. Your edge, right? My edge is going to be different than your edge. Your edge is going to be different than Matt's edge. Everybody has a different edge, right? The edge is... Oh, sorry, I thought someone was walking in. Your edge is what works for you. Again, the 9 EMA and the VWAP on my chart works for me. You may like the 20 better because your edge suggests, hey, I need to use that 20 EMA. You know, I'm more successful and profitable at the 20. Doesn't make you a bad trader or wrong for choosing that. It makes the fact that you did what you were supposed to do. You back tested it and you realized the 20 works best for me, not the 9. All right. So again, those are the most popular EMAs and SMAs. That's the difference between an SMA and an EMA. And again, my recommendation is to always keep your charts as clean as possible, as simple as possible, and always use what's the most popular. What is everybody else using? If there's 100 traders in the market, what are those 100 traders utilizing? Because that's why these indicators are respected in the first place, right? If there's 100 traders in the market and 90 of those use a 9 EMA as support and resistance, is the 9 EMA going to be technically honored? Probably, right? Because 90% of the traders in the market are utilizing that indicator as buy areas and sell areas, right? So it's probably going to be honored. But if there's 100 traders in the market and 10 of those traders use the 22.2 EMA, right? Only 10 of the 100 traders use a 22.2 EMA. Do you really think that 22.2 EMA is going to be honored? Probably not. Probably not as consistently as you'd like. Maybe 10%, 20% of the time. But again, you want to use what's the most popular. Think psychology. What is everybody else using? You want to use the same thing because that's the only reason, you know, these indicators and these studies are respected is because they're popular and they're being used. If you have a 22.2 EMA that no one uses, it's probably never, ever going to be respected. You definitely don't need to be using it, right? So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that gives you some clarification. So right now it is 11:56 in the market. Thank you, Catherine, for the the help with what we're talking about today, the SMA and the EMA. Even though my mind is not working well, hopefully that was some good clarification and a good response on my part. If not, we'll do it again when I'm more mentally here. Do you ever use the MACD?
I'm not a huge fan of the MACD. I used it in the beginning. The only time I would use MACD would be on a daily chart. The only time I would really use MACD is on a daily chart when I'm really looking for like swing trades, right? I like to see that divergence on the MACD, and you can kind of see that sometimes on the RSI and the stochastics. Very, very similar indicators. But yeah, every now and then if I'm really hunting for just swing trades and long-term stuff, I will definitely be using a MACD most of the time. Daily charts. So I tend to connect the highs and the lows, Matt. So when drawing trend lines, support, resistance, I do tend to pick the extremes in price, right? You know, it depends on what's being honored. Think back to our lesson that we did last week on be a chameleon, right? Be a chameleon, adapt. Don't always just draw them off the candle highs and lows. Don't always just draw them off the candle bodies. Be a chameleon and see what's being respected on that particular stock. If you're looking to draw a level of support and you see that proper support is off the candle bodies because you have more candle bodies being respected than candle shadows, right? The upper shadows, the lower shadows, those extremes. Don't just be like, nope, I can only draw them off the candle wicks. Not be a chameleon. Be like, all right, well, I can clearly see on NKLA that the candle bodies are being respected. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my levels off the candle bodies because I can see that's what's being respected on this particular chart on this particular day. However, if you come in, right, and you see that all the candle shadows, right, the shadows, the highs and the lows, the extremes, the wicks, right, are being respected. Be a chameleon. Don't draw them off the candle bodies. Draw them off the candle highs and the candle lows. So there's no right or wrong answer. 80% of the time, what I come to find works are the extremes, those highs and those lows. 80% of the time when I'm drawing trend lines, downtrends, support and resistance, I come to find out that they're usually tagging the highs and the lows, those candle wicks, right? But again, there are some times that I'm like, okay, well, the candle bodies are what's being respected today on this particular stock. So I'm actually going to shift my mindset, be a chameleon, and draw my levels based on what the chart's providing at that point in time. So one last scan through our watch list, ladies and gentlemen. See if we have anything worth watching over lunch. And right now, it's really NKLA, guys. NKLA is probably the number one stock you should be focused on. Obviously, here in today, we want to keep SKLZ on watch as well over the 1681 ideally. 1681 ideally is the level that we want to hold. Why is that? Yesterday's close, we dipped down below it momentarily the day, but we popped right back above. So 1680 is our main level of support. If we want to see this move back up into the 18s, 19s, maybe even 20, we need to hold 1681. So keep this one on watch over lunch. And then also NKLA, if we for any reason break over these highs, we have room to 1349 on NKLA. All right, so we do have room to 1349 on NKLA if we can break over today's highs. Right now, we may have a little bit of an ascending triangle formation here, right? Let's go ahead and connect these lows. And what we can see here is that we started the trend line here, high a day. Pulled back, bounced, right at resistance. If we hold this formation, right, these higher lows with flat top resistance, this could lead to a possible ascending triangle breakout. However, if we crack this uptrend, this could definitely be a nice double top, and we could see a nice 50% retracement. So again, take your fib off the low, off these highs. And if you're like, all right, if we crack the uptrend, it's not an ascending triangle. If we continue to move lower, how low could it go? First target down towards around 1180. Anything under 1180 down towards around 1151 over on NKLA. Let's keep this on watch. We may have an opportunity for a trade coming up very, very soon. Either an ascending triangle breakout or a crack of the uptrend and taking that short down into the 1180s. Again, that's NKLA. So I might actually try and give NKLA a go off what we could see as a ascending triangle pattern on NKLA, guys. So I'm going to assume this is an anticipation trade, just so you guys know, out of anticipation of this trend line being respected, and we move up into a third point for a breakout. Right now, I am going to put my stops underneath the following low, which is going to be right around 1237. And that's what anticipation trades get you guys. That right there is what an anticipation trade can do to you, right? You're trading out of anticipation of something happening, not actually waiting for all of the pieces to fall in line for that possible setup, right? All that criteria that needs to be met. Right when I took the trade, we're starting to come down. I'm getting ready to go ahead and cut this. Anything. All right, I'm out. See, just like that, I'm out. But again, upfront anticipation trade, and that's what anticipation trades get you, right? Is unnecessary losses, all right? So again, if we would have just waited for that candle to close and we started to see the curl back up, then we could have made entries into the breakout. But right now, we're getting a crack at the trend line. We're looking like we could possibly double top here and then actually get that move down towards around 1180. So right now, I actually took a red trade. What, Josh? Red trade, you were on fire today, baby. You were on fire. It's all good. I'm still locking in $512.32. That has taken me green on the month, guys. If you've been following along for the last 3 weeks, you know that it was a couple crazy 2 weeks in the beginning. Ups and downs, ups and downs. But as of last Wednesday, I've been green every day. Boom, boom. But no, there was an $800 loss this week. There was. I lost $800. But long story short, you guys have been seeing the progress for the last 2.5 weeks over the live streams. And yeah, I'm officially back to break even. I'm actually slightly green on the month, not by a lot, but a little bit. But that's the beautiful thing is I didn't let my emotions get the best of me. I didn't get discouraged or frustrated or any kind of negativity. I tried to take the positives out of the negatives. What's the negative? I'm down $2,000, $3,000, whatever the case was, for the month, right? What's the positives? We still have 2.5 weeks to go. When we were talking about this last Wednesday, we still have 2.5 weeks to go, right? So right now, officially back to break even on the month, little green. Here's the other positive. We still have tomorrow and 5 more days of trading. We have 6 more trading days. Anything's possible. What's the really nice thing about the market today? We're actually seeing things hold their gains. Things are actually moving on up. Technicals are being respected. Things are holding their gains, which is making our jobs a lot easier. So if we keep this consistency and this flow into next week, we should have a nice week. We could rock and roll and make some great money next week to close the month on a green note, on a positive note. So, ladies and gentlemen, what an awesome day. I always have so much fun working with each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really quick, just in case I missed any questions. William, do you ever trade ETFs? I do. Every now and then. The SPY being the main ETF that I mess with. If it's, options and we have a lot of volatility in the market, the SPY is probably the main one that I'll actually be looking at. But again, you guys can see that I'm primarily a equities trader, physical shares, not so much options, but I do provide options education and options insight. But that's going to be the beautiful thing about the community is, I know how to trade options. I know how to trade futures, right? I can trade cryptos and I can trade equities. But where is my expertise? Where do I bring the most amount of value to the table? Well, it's definitely with the education, being able to educate you on pretty much everything. And my bread and butter is equities, right? And I can commentate, live stream, educate all day, every day about equities, right? Now, again, if I start talking options and futures, right, it's just going to get a little crazy, even in my head. Not just for you, but it's even going to get crazy for me. Just being all over the place, talking 3 different styles of trading, 3 different types of markets. I mean, right, you can only imagine, like, how you guys would feel, how I feel trying to spit all that crap out. So that's why we have Matt, our options and futures trader. He's going to jump on periodically, educate you guys with proper options, education, techniques, and strategies, share with you his edge. And he's going to be there alerting as well. So the nice thing is if you want to follow along and you want to trade his alerts and you see his consistency and his success and you want to make money while you learn, he will be posting all of his trades up in chat, in our options and our futures chat, all of the alerts. And we will have Wayne as well calling out his swing trades, educating us on swing trades as well. So you will have just the opportunity to learn pennies, equities, get that education, get alerts in all different types of markets to really just excel, take your trading to the next level, to really figure out where you want to participate, right? Are you a better options trader than an equities trader? You'll be able to find that out. Are you better at futures than, options? You're going to be able to figure that out. And that's the beautiful thing about having multiple team leaders that have different backgrounds of trading that can bring just a whole world of knowledge to the table and a lot of value to the table as well. So you guys are really going to enjoy it. I don't sound so excited. Obviously, I'm sick. But internally, I'm fired up. I'm pumped up. I know you guys are going to love it just as much as I love it, and honestly putting it together for you guys as well. So I can't wait to rock and roll with you guys next week. Inside of the Alpha chat room officially with some of our team leaders as well. Really just having a nice relaunch, a nice start come next Monday, guys. So we will talk more on that tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. We will spend more time talking about how to get signed up, what to expect, all of the features, really just give you guys a nice thorough rundown of the community. And then come Monday, we will be hosting our 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. commentary session on YouTube, absolutely free every single morning for you guys. Then we will be shutting that portion of the stream down and taking everything over to Alpha Day Trading permanently as of Monday, but I'll be here to kind of run you guys through that tomorrow, answer any questions that you guys have as well, to get you guys prepared to where you can get set up over the weekend so you're ready to rock and roll come Money Monday. That is a day for me, ladies and gentlemen. It is 12:09 in the market. Really fun day here. Overall, 6 trades, 5 out of 6 green. What a great win rate. Nothing but awesome consistency from the market today. And with these trades, really being disciplined, patient, calm, cool, collective, right? And just really nailing these solid trades. Really just some nice, solid trades. So with that being said, 5/12/32 on the day. All right, share with me some of your profits, guys. If you have any profits, share them with me. Because one thing you're going to start doing inside the community is you're going to be dropping those P&Ls every single day. Because I'm going to get you hyped up. I'm going to get you fired up with those profit and losses. So Matt, Brett, Catherine, Will, Francine, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Have an awesome day. Again, I'm sorry that I wasn't extremely pumped up and hyped up today. But again, I feel like we still dropped a lot of value. There was a lot of great education. And again, we had fun and we made some money. The main goal, making that money, baby. So, questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know anytime. Send me an email, josh@alphadaytrading.com. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. I will go ahead and leave everything open for the next 50 minutes. At 1 o'clock, things will be shutting down. But if you guys have questions in the meantime, if you still want to collaborate with other people, you can do that up until 1 o'clock. So I'll leave the scanners up for you guys. I'll leave everything good. Other than that, we're not going to end it today with a 3, 2, 1 because I can't talk any louder than this. All right. So, woo! That's how we're going to do it. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yeah. I can't scream today. My throat's killing me. So, but yes, guys, have an awesome rest of your day. Questions, let me know. Send me an email, josh@alphadaytrading. If I don't see you this afternoon, I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 9:10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys.